Hello, hello, hello. What's up this afternoon, everyone? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Fine Monday to you all. Good to see ya, good to see ya, good to see ya. What? Uh-oh. The camera's out of range. I can see a little spot by the green screen. It's hidden. Wait, oh, that's worse. Wait, there. Oh, wait. There we go. There we go. What's up this afternoon, everyone? Fine Monday to you all. Rockalypse. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you. Jables Big Booty, Helicrobe, Senchiro, Sly, Necro, Nexus, Childno, Milicure, Poker, Psy, Dylan Hunter. How is everyone doing today? Oh man, I hope you had a wonderful weekend. I am super excited. I've been so hyped for Magic since Modern Horizons 2 release. It's been so much fun. Today we got another deck we haven't tried yet, and I'm excited about this for three big reasons. So we're playing Enchantress. That's what we're starting with, at least. We're playing Enchantress. Why am I so excited for Enchantress? Number one, it's Enchantress, and I love Enchantress, and it actually has support now. Thanks to Modern Horizons 2, we have Solitary Confinement in the format. We have Enchantress's Presence in the format. We got Sterling Grove in the format. We got Sanctum Weaver in the format. We got Sithis in the format. So many sweet new Enchantress cards. So that's reason number one. Reason number two, it's been too long since we Blood Moon people. It's been a bit too long. Blood Moon is back. The thing I love most about this deck is we almost have no red mana. We have a single Stomping Grounds, but we have almost no red mana, and we're still Blood Mooning people. Reason number three I am hyped for this deck is it's winning with Helix Pinnacle. I mean, it can win in two ways. It can win with Destiny Spinner. We play a bunch of Enchantress, Enchantments, we turn our lands into massive elementals, smack our opponent, or we play Helix Pinnacle, lock our opponent with Solitary Confinement and Blood Moon, and slowly, painfully, brutally add counters to our Helix Pinnacle as our opponent watches in horror as the counters add up, and after a few hundred turns, our opponent will die on our upkeep to Helix Pinnacle. So there's a bunch of reasons to like this deck. So I am super excited. I'm going to restart Moto real quick. It's not letting me zoom in on cards. Avert your eyes. The desktop is slowly filling up. Pay no attention. So I actually think that opponents will probably scoop. I think that opponents will probably scoop once they get locked. So that's our plan for today. We're starting with Enchantress. Also, we got new cards to talk about somehow. Spoiler season, it never ends. We got more spoilers a couple of days ago on Saturday. From the D&D set, we got Flumph. Which, alright D&D people, what is the deal with Flumph? Like, when I see this, I see a really janky bad wall that maybe I play in like Arcades Commander. I guess it's kind of funny that each player draws, but it doesn't strike me as an especially good card. I assume there's got to be some crazy D&D purpose for this card. So Flumph, not that exciting. On the other hand, I did a whole video on the YouTube channel about Tasha's Hideous Laughter, and the card's actually really good. As far as mill spell goes, this is about the same as Glimpse the Unthinkable, the best mill spell in the history of Magic. It's about the same as that as far as the rate of what it actually mills. So we're getting some sweet new cards. Wow, is Twitch dead? Why, I cannot see chat moving anymore. Very, very strange. I can see my face moving. Are you here? Did everyone just leave? There were people here. I saw. Oh, wait, we're back. Welcome to the chat room. So weird. I think chat just died for a minute, but I think it's back now. All right, we're back. Yeah, so Tasha's Hideous Laughter, really sweet new mill spell. So excited about the D&D set. I believe that we have this week and next week, and then we enter full preview season on the 29th. The 29th is the official start of preview season. It might be the 28th. It says the 29th. I imagine it's probably actually that Monday, though. But I believe the plan is, so we have this week, next week, then we jump into spoiler season. The set releases on the 8th, so we're probably going to have like a 10-day spoiler season to the 7th, like Modern Horizons 2 was. Jump right into the set, so more spoilers coming, but today, it is time for more Modern. That is our plan for today, and I've been loving this format. Reddish5, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big tip for you. Thank you. Otherwise, let's do reminders. Then we talk about the deck, jump into our games, replay YouTube. That's where you can find all the old. Oh man, something is wonky with chat. Chat is doing this weird thing. His Twitch like bugged today. chat is doing something really wonky where it like works for a couple minutes and then it stops working and then chat reconnects. Is it doing that to all of you too? Like, is the chat kicking you off and then reloading after a few minutes, or is it just doing it on my end? It's definitely doing it to me. Yeah, chat just keeps. Huh, maybe it's just me that chat is dying. Very strange. Anyway, replay YouTube, this we'd find all the old streams, including this one in the future. Normal YouTube, tons of stuff going up on there. We just played some Real Affinity for Budget Magic. We are moderning for Against the Odds this weekend. Chatterfang, the winning card. We have so much stuff coming up on the YouTube, so keep it out for that. A reminder that our sponsor today is Card Kingdom, and maybe you need some Modern Horizons 2 cards. Maybe you got to get ready for the D&D set. Well, you can get all those cards along with Horizon Canopies and Godzilla-style Nethroids and Squirrel Wranglers and Immortal Suns. Wow, Immortal Sun is... How much is this card now? Lesson, buy your commander cards early. Like, Immortal Sun is apparently selling for $25. How much does it cost to just buy an Immortal Sun? The Immortal Sun. Oh my goodness. $34 now? Well, if there's ever a card that might be good in Commander, get it while it's in print. Get it while it's in print. So, chat is not moving on the screen. Oh, that's not good. All right, let me see if I can refresh it, maybe. Let's see if that fixes it. So anyway, thank you to Card Kingdom for supporting the show. Otherwise, merch page, tokens, t-shirts, playmats, giveaways, support the stream and the channel and the site. Donations, always appreciated, never required. $2 or more gets your message read on stream. Oh no. Maybe, Maybe chat's just like super duper ultra broken. Why do we have no chat now? Oh no. Oh no. Chat, where are you? All right, that means, hang on. There's one more thing I can try. And then I promise we're going to play Magic and talk about this deck. Ooh, I forgot to tell you this, chat. Excitingly, I love live music. You probably know that. I talk about music quite a lot because I really enjoy live music. Well, how do I do this? Where is... Uh-oh. That's not it. How do I fix chat? Chat seems kind of important. I mean, that's like the whole reason. Okay, chat box. Let me see if this works. If I do this, and then I go to chat, and then I do this, and then that, please work. I'm going to blame, I think it's Twitch's fault. But live music is coming back, and the Mountain Goats are going to be coming to New York in the not too distant future. So I think I'm going to go get to see Mountain Goats in Woodstock in a couple of months, which is going to be super fun. I've never seen Mountain Goats live. This will be the first time seeing Mountain Goats live, so excited for that. And we talk a little bit on Twitter. Gonna try to maybe get some Magic after the show, so that should be super fun. Maybe Magic. What's better than music Magic? Like, go watch a Mountain Goat show and then go and do a draft or something with Mountain Goats. Like, that sounds like a pretty spectacularly fun day. So. Anyway, let's talk about this deck. I'm hoping that chat just starts working. I'm thinking that it's something on Twitch's end that is making it not work, because I'm not sure what else I can do that is going to fix it at the moment. I think it has to do with chat continually crashing for me, so hopefully chat returns. But anyway, I will be watching the chat. Even if you can't see it on stream, I'm watching you. We're interacting, we're talking, so anyway, our deck today, so I'm in Detroit a few years ago, is awesome. Yeah, I'm excited for it. Mountain Goats I don't know how I didn't start listening to Mountain Goats earlier, because Mountain Goats is similar to a lot of bands I like and that I've listened to a lot of time. However, I never really listened to Mountain Goats much. They were the one band that I never really listened to much. or one of the bands that I never really listened to much. So yeah, it's definitely funny that I did not listen to them earlier, but I'm excited to finally get to see them live. I actually like learned about them because of Magic mostly, which is so weird. I don't know how I hadn't stumbled across them before, but anyway, our deck today we're starting out with best band I've ever seen live. All right, so okay. I'm gonna give you a band you've never heard of that I think is my favorite live show, and then I'll give you a band that you may have heard of. So my all-time favorite live band was a band from a Denver band from the early 2000s called Black Ocean. And they were like a regional band, like playing in the Midwest, playing mostly in the Colorado area. But I went to a ton of their shows, and they put on an amazing live show. It's super, super fun. So that's more of a personal thing, I guess, because it's not like some famous band. But yeah, so Black Ocean was super fun. As far as bands that you may have heard of, Ween puts on a really good show. I think I've always enjoyed the Ween shows that I've gone to. Cursive is someone that put on a really good show. That's a show from a long time ago that stands out as being really good. So I don't even know if we're gonna find Black Ocean on Spotify, honestly. Maybe, hopefully. Sports Balls, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup to you for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, we'll talk more about that as we go along. So let's talk about this deck, get into our league. What are we playing today? We are Enchantressing. We are starting with Enchantress. What's the plan of this deck? So here's the plan. We have Sithis, and we also have Enchantress's presence to draw cards. The card draw is really important because the card draw allows us to play Solitary Confinement, a busted enchantment with the drawback that we can't draw cards for our turn, and we have to discard each turn. So the idea is it's going to run out, but it never really runs out if we have Enchantresses going because we cast cheap Enchantresses to keep refilling our hand, to have cards to discard, and it makes it so we have Shroud, so we're not going to be targeted, and it prevents all damage to us. So essentially, it's going to be really hard to die if we have Solitary Confinement out. That buys us a ton of time. We can lock damage out of the game and dying out of the game with the help of Solitary Confinement. We can lock mana out of the game with our Blood Moons. We can protect them with Sterling Grove and Greater Oromancy, which lock with each other, essentially, giving all of our enchantment shrouds. So they're not going to die no matter what. And then eventually, after we make our opponent super, super miserable, we win the game either by Destiny Spinnering, which lets us pay for to turn a land into an XX Elemental with Trample and Haste, where X is the number of enchantments we control. It's probably going to be like 15 power, 20 power, just smack our opponent to death. Or, my favorite way of winning, Helix Pinnacle, add the counters to it. Hey, chat return! It is back, it is back, it is back. Helix Pinnacle, just slowly add the counters as our opponent's locked. The rest of the deck, we got some removal, we got Sanctum Reaver for ramp. Everything is an enchantment, because being an enchantment means Sterling Grove and Greater Oromancy protects it, which is huge. Also, hilariously, Greater Oromancy gives other enchantments and Enchanted Creature Shroud, which means we can turn on lands with Destiny Spinner. If we turn on a land that has Abundant Growth through Utopia Sprawl, it is also going to be shrouded, so we don't got to worry about getting Fatal Push. Mana base, couple of Horizon Canopies, Snow-Covered Lands for On Thin Ice, one red source for our Blood Moons, but we can also Utopia Sprawl or Sanctum Weaver. Sideboard-wise, another Helix Pinnacle for matchups where we can't attack much, Veil of Summer for counters, Leyline for discard type effects, bird style effects, Graveyard Hate, Creature Hate, Stony Silence for artifacts, one Worship for more jank amount potential, and that is Enchantress. That's what we're starting with. Commander Labs, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super tier for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I couldn't resist. If there was ever a real deck to play Helix Pinnacle in, it's probably this one. And that is our deck for today. So, should we add a companion? I mean, we could add a companion. We could add Yumari. We could add Jagatha. Oh, is it worth it? I actually honestly wonder if it's worth it. Like, would we ever actually want them? Is it better than a sideboard card? I'm not sure that it is. Broccoli Rob! Welcome to the Fishbowl. First time sub, thank you for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That reminds me, I don't know if you've ever seen this. Look it up sometime. It is absolutely, it's kind of a meme. It deserves to be more of a meme. It's a meme with me and some of my friends. But there is this info commercial for the Broccoli Wad. which is maybe the most absurd thing, one of the most absurd things that I've ever watched. If you're ever bored and you got an extra 3 minutes in your life, look up the Broccoli Wad commercial, which is what your Twitch name reminded me of, because it is absolutely hilarious. Do I have a Jengatha? I don't know if I actually do. Oh, I do. Huh. All right. We'll add one. What are we taking out, though? We're going to have to take out a real card of some kind. I kind of wonder if we want more Stony Silences, too, but maybe not. All right, go down. Oh, are we actually... Helix Pinnacle? I don't feel like we want... It's not an enchantment. It doesn't really do anything. We're going to start without a companion. No companion. Let's just jump into a league. We might end up doing 2 leagues, or we might end up rebuilding Enchantress a little bit. I don't feel like... I honestly don't know if it's worth a slot in this deck. That probably sounds ridiculous, but I actually don't know if it's worth a slot. It just doesn't really fit the theme in a meaningful way. I know that sounds heretical, but LOL failed WTF. What's up? Welcome back to the Visual for the 40th month. Hey Seth, speaking of concerts, hopefully you've been doing well. I've got tickets to see Angels and Airwaves and Rise Against this summer in fall. Ooh, Angels and Airwaves, that is one of the Blink-182 people, right? Is that like a super group involving Blink-182 people in some way? MixMillany, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. I feel like I remember Angels and Airwaves. I used to listen to pop punk. I went through a pop punk phase. It really amazes me. Yes, the product is ridiculous, but then the fact that they start rapping and then they do the weird like delay record scratching thing, and it's just these like old Italian people who are just like having a dinner, and then it starts like this techno thing. Like everything about it is just absolutely absurd. The product's absurd. The ad itself is absurd. Everything about it is just ridiculous. It still makes me laugh whenever I watch it. I'm like, oh my goodness, who thought this was a good idea? Like who thought that this was a way to make and sell a product? And it's a rubber band. It's a rubber band that they're trying to sell as a wallet replacement. I mean, they say that capitalism breeds innovation. And then next thing you know, instead of a wallet, you got a rubber band. The Crowdbird Samurai, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. I've never seen Avett Brothers. I think they would probably be a fun show though. That's a good question. What's your favorite live show that you've seen, chat? Also, what's the worst? I think the worst live show I've seen was old Dylan. Old Dylan. Oh my goodness. Ugh. Oh, it just made me sad. I don't want to go see a musical legend and come away from it feeling sad, but that is what going to Bob Dylan concerts in the recent years has been like. At least for me, it's like, oh, this would have been so sweet like 100 years ago. He's just like, you can't understand him, and he doesn't seem like he wants to be there. At least that was my impression. It just made me feel sorry for him. Like, Bob Dylan used to be so cool, but now he's like really old and mumbly, and I think he wants to be eating some Jell-O or something rather than singing for me. We have a new donation from Winter Milan. $6.90. I appreciate the meme donations. Yes, I've been waiting for this deck for so long. Can you quickly run through the win cons? Sorry, I missed it. Well, the win cons are super easy. There are exactly 2 of them. Thank you for the donation. Win con number 1. Play a bunch of enchantments, lock removal out of the game with our greater Oromancies, and then turn our lands into massive trampling threats. Win con number 2, and my favorite win con, Helix Pinnacle to slowly grind the opponent out of the game, essentially. Just Helix Pinnacle, put counters on it, win sooner or later. So that is the plan. That's what we're doing. Crazy, a Quasi. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So this hand, there's no Enchantress, which is a little awkward. That is the one bit of bad news. We don't have a great payoff. I mean, Destiny Spinner's not bad. It's not bad, but it's not great. No, no sigils. We're not angeling. We're doing it the janky way. Oh no. Oh, we need the Blood Moon quickly. Sanctum Weaver. Well, play Sanctum Weaver. We got top deck of Blood Moon. That's it. That is all. Oh no. This is probably not a good matchup before we sideboard, unless we just have a Blood Moon. Ooh, I've never seen Tool live. I've never actually been super into Tool. I know Tool's super good and like very respected in the metal community, but I've never been that big into metal either way, but I've never been a huge Tool fan. Fenrir, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sanity Mill. Ooh, Tempest in action. I think we're close. I don't know if you remember this. If you've been watching the YouTube for a while, you'll remember that Mono Blue Mill has gone down as the worst deck we have ever played. At least for years. It was the worst deck we ever played. On... Oh, it's Eldrazi Tron. That actually might be better for us. The worst deck we ever played on Mucha Brew. Well, the times, they might be changing. Oh, Blaststone is ridiculously brutal. We still need the Blood Moon. Opponent passes. We draw another land. How do we not get Blood Mooned? The other thing I wonder about this deck, so this is the deck that was played in a tournament. The other thing I wonder about this deck is if we should be playing more tutor stuff. There's like, we could play 9 Life Solemnity in here. Solemnity, really good against Blast Zone. So I wonder if we should be playing more like one of tutor artifacts, since we have ways to tutor up artifacts. I think that's something that is worth considering at the very least. I'll crack this. Temple Garden untapped. Greater Oromancy. Destiny Spinner. Well, all right. What comes off the top? We might regret not mulliganing for an Enchantress. I like Folkpunk quite a bit. Hey Seth, which be like having my gallbladder removed Wednesday. Oh well, Stone Rain Productions. Definitely good luck for that. Oh, this week's Against the Odds is gonna be interesting. It's gonna be really interesting. All right, Jack. Question about Against the Odds. I assume that some of you voted in the Against the Odds poll. Ooh, Collected Conjuring Mill is spicy. There are a lot of hits now at 3 mana. It seems like Collected Conjuring into like Tasha's Hideous Laughter, Sanity Grinding, Fractured Sanity, like that could maybe be a thing. Oh, the value, yeah. I can't wait to get my boxes. They don't release until this weekend though, so I'm still. Oh no. All right, I think we're dead. Opponent ticking up the Blast Zone. Yeah, this has gone not great, I would say. Not amazingly. I'll play the land. Turn on a land. I mean, this Blast Zone just beats us. Like, we scoop. Yeah, that's one of the things about Enchantress is you need an enchantment. In Enchantress effect, and we just don't have the enchantment effect. What happens if we target this again? Nothing? Alright. Well, we can turn on 2 lands. We can hit our opponent for a bunch, but then we get Blast Zone into Oblivion. Opponent goes to 8, but this is like the Hard Wrath. That's like a 10 for 1. Yeah, opponent goes down a land, but they have Tron. and we lose everything except Utopia Sprawl. Eldrazi Temple. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. Winds up teeth, go. Oh no! Edric's sweet. Yeah, we already stream moded. We're lined up. We're already lined up. Stream mode achieved. Do you think that Grief decks will stay in the metagame? I expect so. The synergy is incredibly powerful. Tonos! Unless there's a way to hate him out, but welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big Soup TV, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you draw an Enchantress next turn, might have a chance. Yeah. I mean, yeah, we'll see. Opponent, Reality Smasher. Yeah, I feel like maybe we should have just mulliganed. Or at the same, actually, the hand was fine. The problem is our opponent just, they had one of the only answers that exists in the format. Like, yeah, we're just done. They have one of the only, maybe the only way to get out of that in the format. Like, they had Blast Zone. What else gets a deck out from under that lock? Like, Blast Zone Ugin, I guess, would be the only cards that I could think of that actually get our opponent out from under that. Huh. I don't think we change much. We might not change anything. Unfortunately, this deck does not seem to have a plan for Blast Zone, so that is going to be a consistent issue against decks with Blast Zone. Like, we just don't have a plan for it. Well, Back to Nature is not a card that anyone's going to have in their main deck. Yeah, Oblivion Stone does do it. Luxac, welcome to the Fishbowl. Maybe this is just a bad matchup. Like, maybe it's just that that Tron decks happen to have all the answers. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big Soup Jeffrey, what's the most you have ever been donated? Ooh. Okay, so what is the... I'm trying to think of what the biggest donation... Well, we got Enchantresses this time, which is nice. What is the biggest donation that we've ever gotten? I think from one person... Man, you all might remember better than I do. I want to say... I remember there was this crazy holiday stream. What is the most that you've donated in one shot, Tanos? Discounting charity streams. I know there's been some insane charity stream donations. Yeah, I mean, overall, Tanos is definitely, I don't even know how much Tanos has donated, but it's big. Oh, yes! When we were chasing Nexus of Fate, we were trying to find Nexus of Fate. We opened hundreds and hundreds of chests. I want to say there's maybe been like a $500 donation. That would be my guess at the biggest one-shot donation. Well, land. Sithis again. Utopia Sprawl. Draw a card. Put it on red in case... Actually, we gotta go white. Put it on white. Pass the turn. Let's see if our opponent lucked into Tron. It's Eldrazi Tron. They shouldn't have Tron. They don't try hard enough to deserve it. Yeah, there was a time when Nexus of Fate was like a $150 card. And we got... I remember Kenji opened like 7 of them. It was just like Nexus rich. We opened so many chests and did not find a Nexus. Opponent cracking. We draw land. Well, Greater Oromancy, draw a card. Unfortunately, our opponent's... we should have probably left red up. It doesn't matter. All right. Unfortunately, our opponent has once again stumbled their way into Tron here. Get a snow-covered forest. Play Destiny Spinner. Draw a card. Hit you for 1. Oh, there's so many things that just make us lose about it. Tron, 8 mana. Tron might just be a bad matchup. Hey, what's up, Danielle? How are you? I'm sure we will do some more upheavaling at some point, because I really like upheavaling people. Hey, what's up, Globesworth? Good to see you, good to see you. Can you write off Twitch donations on your taxes? I think they just count as income, I'm pretty sure. So I don't think you can write them off. I think if anything, you have to claim them on your taxes, but thankfully I don't do my own taxes. It's too complicated. Potent. There's this tower. And Karn, the great creator. I'm going to get what? I mean, we can kill the Karn. The problem is we know they have things that they can draw into. And we only have 1 Enchantress right now, which is awkward. About it. Voidmere is good against Eldrazi Tron. It's not good against traditional Tron, but... Detention Vortex. I'm actually going to have to look that up. So this is a deck that someone played to a 5-0, I think, recently. Detention Vortex. 1 mana, enchanted island permanent. Can't attack, block, and its activated abilities can't be activated. 3, destroy it. Only your opponents may activate this ability only as a sorcery. Oh. Huh. I feel like Tron would just pay 3, though. Like, that's 1 land for the Tron player. But I do like the idea. I doubt my YouTube channel will get monetized this year. If it does, I highly doubt it'll be enough to have to claim anything. Well, I hope it does, Doug. If you haven't seen Doug's YouTube channel, he's done some really cool videos breaking down the D&D lore of cards from the D&D set, which I have found very helpful because I don't know much about D&D, but I am interested in the lore. So you get to kill Karn. Opponent got a bridge. Well, play this. Kraketh in the deck. Would love to draw into a Blood Moon, I think, or an additional Enchantress. Draw a card. Opponent. We got a new donation for Rob Tanos. Wait, what are you doing? All of our stuff has Shroud. Are they going to tech edge us? Okay. From Tanos, $20 donation. Trying to figure out where the old receipt emails are from the treasure chest on. Oh, yeah, that's gotta be. I don't know how much you donated that night, but it was a ton. I want to say it was at least 500, and it might have been more. Bellroot, first time sub. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you. I think we're just gonna cantrip this. We need a Blood Moon. Cantrip, draw a card. Abundant Growth. Cantrip, draw 2 cards. Well, that's what we got. Kill the card. We did find an Enchantress's presence for the future. But we did not find the Blood Moon, which I still think we kind of need to not lose to Tron. There are 3, and there's also 4 tutors. So we have 7 total copies. I mean, Helix Pinnacle is great for beating like this Ensnaring Bridge. I think most of the time our opponent will probably lose to a Destiny Spinner activation, but like our opponent's going to be able to lock us out of attacking. In a situation like that, it's insane. 800 and counting, good lord. Oh, and we didn't get one. I think we did all those chest openings and we still didn't get one. I was wondering if you take a look at my custom set. Ooh, Green Wing. That's sweet. Wait, custom. Oh, so it's kind of like a cube almost, where oh, it's got custom cards and normal cards. Interesting. That sounds like a really fun project. Paradox Mage. When it enters the battlefield, search your library for a card with converted mana cost 2 or less. Exile it, shuffle. You may cast the exiled card with Paradox Mage. That sounds like a really sweet idea. Opponent thought not sus. Oh, we're gonna lose our Enchantress. Oh, opponent. What do you think about Idyllic Tutor? I think it's unnecessary now. I it's a little slow. It's okay, but now that we have the new Modern Horizons 2 stuff and we have access to Sterling Grove, I don't really think there's much of a reason to play it anymore. Well, we'll see. Opponent thought not us. We're gonna try to draw into a Blood Moon. Lingering Souls is a sweet grief card. Lingering Souls, I think, is a little underrated still. In Modern currently, people know it's good, but it doesn't see as much play as I feel like it should. Opponent, all right, takes Solitary Confine. Takes what? Oh, Sithis plays a Walking Ballista. Sure. Well, that wasn't the scariest turn. Well, Blood Moon. Blood Moon. Oh, Sanctum Weaver. Well, 1, 2, 3. Enchantress's presence. Draw a card, gain a life. It's a land. Well, okay. I think we just gotta play Solitary Confinement. Play the land. Solitary Confinement. Draw 2 cards. Please no All Is Dust. Please no cards. There's a Sterling Grove. There's a Saint. Like, we're set up. If we can survive another turn or two, this is going to be insane. Chris Fox, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup to you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ooh, there's a 1K donation. Wow. That is a big one. And thank you so much, Shanos, for all the support over the years. Yeah, that's gotta be the biggest. I feel like during some charity streams, there was a couple other like $1,000 donations from non-Tanos people, but how do they kill you with Solitary Confinement on board? Well, I'm more worried about All Is Dust, Blast Zone, Ugin, something like that is what I'm worried about. So they can't just like kill us. They can't just like directly kill us right now. But they do have things that just wrath all of our enchantments, especially until we find Blood Moon to get them off their mana. Would this deck benefit from having Starfield of Nyx or Resurgent Belief to revive enchantments? So, Starfield of Nyx has a big issue, and that is a lot of times turning all of your enchantments into creatures can actually be a drawback because it lets your opponent wrath your board. So, that would be my concern with. Okay, there's a bridge. There's a Karn. That would be my concern with Starfield. I think having a way to recur enchantments could be a good sideboard plan. I don't know if I would main deck it. Opponent gets a Pithing Needle. Plays it. Gonna name Destiny Spinner. Well, Helix Pinnacle it is. Alright. Well, hopefully we can draw into a Blood Moon. Opponent cannot attack us. We cannot attack our opponent. Things are wonky. Things are weird. This gets to keep tutoring as well. Well, let's have some fun. Let's have some fun, do some things. Oh, if they have another Pithing Needle to name Helix Pinnacle, then we might not be able to win. All right, so we will discard a Solitary Confinement. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. We can play this, sack this with a trigger on the stack, get a Blood Moon, that's 3. And that would be our entire turn. We're also drawing 2 cards per enchantment. I mean, if we get to untap with these Sanctum Weavers, we can just go off. How do we do this? Yeah, we might have to play it slow, but then they have the Karn that can start eating our lands, I guess. All right, I think we have to. So, Sterling Grove. Oh, no, this doesn't actually. Okay. The trigger on the stack plan doesn't actually work because they both trigger when you cast the enchantment. So that doesn't actually do anything anyway. Well, maybe we just draw the Blood Moon, Sanctum Weaver. Draw 2 cards. Please, Magic Gods, let one be a Blood Moon. No. Well, we get one more shot. Wooded Foothills. Crack Wooded Foothills. Get a snow-covered something. Utopia Sprawl. Draw 2 cards. Blood Moon, Blood Moon, Blood Moon, Greater Oromancy, Enchantress's Presence. Well, Utopia Sprawl on white. Sanctum Weaver. Oh, well, we found it. Not as quickly as we would have liked, but we did find it. We did find it. All right, pass the turn. Oh, potent. We wouldn't have had enough mana to play it anyway, right? So 1, 2, 3, and then we have to play something that costs 2 mana, and then we draw the Blood Moon. Yeah, didn't find it in time. Sweet Jesus. Oh my goodness. Oh, well, that's what happens when you can't find your Blood Moons against Tron. We didn't. 1, 2, 3. We didn't have enough mana. We actually counted the mana. We counted the mana on stream. Gabby Gobbo, welcome to the Fishbowl. Because you got to pay 2 to cast Sterling Grove. Then you have to pay a mana to sack Sterling Grove. Then we have to pay 2 mana to cast Sanctum Weaver. So that's 5 mana, and we had 7 mana. So we would be a mana short from casting the Blood Moon. So it goes to the top of our deck. It doesn't go to our hand. So we'd have to cast another spell to trigger our Enchantresses to draw. Oh, yeah, if you were thinking it just went directly in our hand, then it would have worked. But because it goes on the top of our deck, we got to cast another spell to trigger to draw it. We didn't have Utopia Sprawl when we were making that decision, though. The Utopia Sprawl was drawn off of our casting the multiple Sanctum Weavers. Gabby Gobbo! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. My wife went with a Bolus deck she stole from me. It's Bolus discard themed. Ooh, Megram. Megram is sweet. So close. Yeah, I think we had 7 total. Well, I would say that I would almost certainly assume that Tron is probably our worst matchup. Because, like, 99% of decks don't have a way to interact with what we're doing, which is why that's the whole point of playing Enchantress, or the biggest point. But Tron is in the 1%. Oh, boy. Hand would be good if we had green mana. But we don't. We do have an Enchantress. Yeah, I guess we got a mulligan. Oh boy. Alright, that's a bit of a slow hand. But I don't think we can go to 5, so it is what it is. Windswept Heath, go. Opponent. Would Gaddock Teague work? Not really. We still get Blast Zone, so I mean, that would stop some stuff, but I don't think it stops everything. Well, land in Sterling Grove. Well, we're going to have to find a Enchantress and find a... a way to protect ourselves and do it very quickly. Yeah, Heroic Intervention doesn't actually stop all his Duster Ugin, though. Opponent going off, casting many things. Going to combat, hits us for 4. We draw Destiny Spinner. Ugh, so slow, so slow. Well, Sanctum Weaver. Play the land. Pass the turd. Yoda Man! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Opponent, Metamorphose. Alright, deck. I also wonder if this deck wants Eidolon of Blossoms. I don't know if our record does not go well with this build of the deck, we'll just rebuild it and play our own build. Zelslong, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup here for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Opponent combat hits us for a bundle. Well, we need a really good draw. We can get Solitary Confinement. Yeah. Jeez, we can't get Solitary Confinement until we have an Enchantress or we lose. So we really need a... We're going to top deck Blood Moon. I got a feeling. This seems like the kind of turn where we would top deck a Blood Moon. Alright, we're at 5. We can't sack this. Utopia Sprawl. That does nothing, and... I think that means we're dead. Oh, jeez. Huh. Yeah. Alright. On to game 2. Yeah, so this build that we're playing, I guess Authority of the Consuls is kind of a card? Huh. So Authority of the Consuls in. Opponent's probably Blood Mooning. We don't need Blood Moons. Leyline of Sanctity Worship, maybe? But what do we cut? Probably a couple Destiny Spinners don't really do much. So this deck, one thing that I am a little bit uncertain on is only having 8 Enchantresses, with one of them being legendary. I feel like my experience playing Enchantress is you gotta have an Enchantress. That is the entire deck. Leyline of Sanctity is nice, but this is a keep. We don't have an Enchantress, though. I feel like all we have is Leyline. And that's good. I mean, I guess we can try it. Yeah, I think the Eidolon of Blossoms is just better than Setessan Champion, since it's an enchantment. Gennard Noe, welcome to the Fishbowl. Hey Seth, hope you had a great weekend. Saw your Affinity video. Super excited to play Affinity again. What would you suggest as a current replacement for Urza Saga if it happens to get banned? Oh, I think you just run normal lands. There's not really anything that's similar to Urza Saga in existence, which I think is part of what makes Urza Saga so powerful. But yeah, I don't think there's any replacement. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Opponent, Scalding Tard. I mean, having a Leyline and a removal spell is good. There's just a risk that we have 8 Enchantresses, and until we find them, the rest of our deck doesn't do much. Well, get rid of the Soul Scar. We can thin our deck, which is nice. Um, that's actually something we talk about a lot in the podcast today. As far as Urza Saga in Modern, I'm not calling for it to get banned, but I do think that it is odds are probably in favor of it getting banned. But it's obviously like super early to even speculate. Well, get a Temple Guard tapped. Opponent, yeah, growing the dork, surveilling. Leyline's okay against this deck, but it doesn't seem just game over. All right, that is an Enchantress. Thank the magic gods. That is what we needed past the turn. I mean, once we get 2 Enchantresses, Solitary Confinement should just lock this game. Urza Saga is so insane. Is the Arbor Elf Utopia Sprawl combo good enough for Enchantress? So I think that Utopia Sprawl definitely is. Although I'm not actually sure that I would play Arbor Elf. I think you really want essentially everything to be an enchantment, or at least very, very close to everything being an enchantment. Yeah, Yumori's conditions are met, but I honestly in this deck do not know if Yumori is better than a sideboard card. I don't feel like it does enough to be worth it. Pota gets it, hits us. We might have to. Okay, there we go. Oh no, but we don't have protection for this. We're at 12. They can't burn us, but then grow their stuff. What happens if we solitary confinement? Oh, do we have to solitary confinement? If we do so okay, we gotta think about this. So we play solitary confinement. We draw a card. We Utopia Sprawl, we draw a card. Well, let's Utopia Sprawl first. Draw a card. We just gotta make sure we hit another enchantment. Like, if we can get to the point where we can Sithis and cast an enchantment next turn, then we should be good. Okay, that's Utopia Sprawl. So put this on white. Okay, now we can do it. So we can solitary confinement, draw a card. We draw a land, that's fine. We will play the land. Pass the turn. Okay, we should be good now. Should have just passed solitary confinement and passed. The problem is there's a chance that we just draw lands and get locked under our own solitary confinement. Like, if the top card of our deck is a land instead of Utopia Sprawl, then we cast this and draw another land, and then our solitary confinement fizzles and we lose. Opponent gets and hits us. Alright, we're good. So we get to discard the land. Now I don't think we can lose. We would have to get pretty unlucky. So we can play Scythis. Yeah, I guess our mana is a little awkward, isn't it? Play Scythis. Draw a card. Play Utopia Sprawl. Draw 2 cards. On green. On thin ice. Draw 2 cards. Get rid of Bedlam Reveler. Authority of the Consuls, draw 2 cards. That's the turn we wanted. That's the turn we wanted. Okay. Yorgo, one more turn we can protect the Scythis. Chris, welcome to the Fishbowl for the 44th month. Thank you for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. No Urza Saga in this deck, although I guess we could. A lot of our Enchantresses, though, trigger on, actually all of the Enchantresses in this deck trigger on an enchantment being cast. So I don't think Urza Saga would actually do anything in this build. Yeah, and that, well, we'd probably also have to add an opponent scoops it up. Well, that's what the deck can do when things go its way. Run it back. I don't know what Urza Saga would do in this deck anyway. I feel like we'd have to add some number of artifacts, and I haven't gotten to the point. As good as Urza Saga is, I don't think that Urza Saga 0 artifacts is actually good. I think you gotta have at least some artifacts to tutor up with it. Maybe if you're some sort of like hardcore affinity deck. Well, can't keep that one. Well, we have an Enchantress. We can't protect it. Well, we'll keep. Put one ley line to the bottom. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Would, a way to protect our Enchantress would be great. We have a new donation from Chillbindo. $5 donation. I watch your games with Grief Blade. Yeah, Landcrack it. Get a snow-covered forest. Utopia Sprawl. On white. Go. I watched your games with Grief Blade the other day. Reminded me of this Indicate meme. Have you seen it? I did Indicate. I did see the Indicate meme. It was actually, that actually is pretty good. Indicate, target permanent, you. Oh, thank you so much for the donation. Are you decking faster than the opponent? Well, we're not planning on decking, hopefully. We're planning on hopefully killing our opponent before it gets to the decking. That's the idea anyway. Not looking great. I mean, we just gotta play it. Land go. Opponent. Manamorphose. Yeah. Combo enough. Yeah, I don't know if we have the luxury of waiting. I feel like we're under so much pressure that we're just like straight up losing. So I feel like we have to do the riskier line to try to get back in the game. Also, there's a chance our opponent's taken out most of their bolts. They've seen Leyline. We don't have that many creatures. So it seems possible that there's just not that many bolts in their deck. Okay. All right. Well, we're taking a huge smack. Oh, they still do have bolt. Do they get to play a land? They don't. Okay. Opponent hits us for infinite and a half. Wow, we need some good draws here. We need some really good draws. We crack this, we go to 8. Is it possible we get out of this? We will see. Temple Garden tapped. Oh, I don't know. Land. That's not what we were hoping for. Yeah, huh. Yeah, I think that does it. Destiny Spinner draws a card, gains a life. More ley lines. Stomping Grounds tapped. Boo. Well, you can't just play Confinement, though. Like, you can't just run out Confinement if you can't support it. Well, I mean, staying alive for a couple turns isn't beneficial. Like, there's not really... Yeah, we're just dead. So, all right, let's talk about Confinement real quick before I go to the next one. So the thing with Solitary Confinement is, remember, it runs out. We skip our draw step and we have to discard. So if we play Solitary Confinement, we know our opponent can bolt this. So that doesn't actually win us the game. all it does is, what's it do? Buy us 3 turns as we discard our hand, and then it sacrifices itself, and then we die. So I don't think there's. I think you have to have this setup for solitary confinement before you cast it. I think that if we cast solitary confinement there, we're just like 0% to win. Like, all we're doing is delaying 3 turns, but there's no way that it actually wins us the game. Yeah, and we already knew they had a bolt there, so if we didn't know they had a bolt because of their light up the stage, then just running it out and hoping would make sense. But because we knew there was a bolt, there's nothing. You still get to draw the turn you sacrifice it. That's true, but then there's nothing that we can. There's nothing that we can draw at that point. Like, we can draw another. Like, what would our draw be? Another solitary confinement to live for 1 more turn? But once we're empty-handed, there's not really anything we can draw there. No, so we have a Blood Moon. We have Ramp. I guess we can redraw with Horizon Canopy. We're on the draw. No Enchantress. Yeah, I mean, we got a Blood Moon. We'll try it. They could be Tron, although, unfortunately, if they are Tron, Lantern Control. All right, Lantern Control. We need an Enchantress. Like, an Enchantress is what makes this work against Lantern. Well, what did Foothills go? We will see. With an Enchantress, we should be fine. Without an Enchantress, we should be out of luck about it. Now let's see if they can get rid of our Scythus. We really need this Scythus. About it. Cool, Zek. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Emery. Big super chat for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mill some cards. And passes. Well, we're definitely drawing Scythus. Crack this. Get a Temple Garden untapped. Snow-covered forest. And Greater Ormancy. Go. Well, okay. We will see. I mean, we would like to avoid getting Needle on Helix Pinnacle. I don't think it's 100% impossible that we win, although those cards are not good for us. Why not run 2 of the Suspend Replenish in the board? Oh, no. This makes it so much worse. Okay. Well, there goes our Enchantress. We were leaning on that to be able to do things and stuff. Opponent mills. And podcast comes out as soon as we finish the stream. Opponent plays a tap land. Passes. Oh, we would love that Enchantress's presence. We would love it. I don't know if we can Blood Moon. Can we even Blood Moon? Huh. What are you putting? Wait. What are you putting? We haven't even done anything. I'm so confused. Why is everyone saying punt? I don't play Horizon Canopy. We can't do anything about... I mean, we can't do anything about the Inquisition, I don't think. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Well, yeah, I mean, if we go the other way, then they then they just kill it. So I don't think that that actually really makes a difference. Opponents. Urza Saga, Soul Guide Lantern. Oh, now they get to draw the Drown in the lock. Ugh. Wow, this is went spectacularly horribly with this deck. Maybe this is just a bad build of Enchantress. Adaptive Ponce, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think the one thing that matters is getting down an Enchantress. Like, that is the way we can potentially beat Lantern Control. So we need to leave up the ability to sack Horizon Canopy to draw the Enchantress's presence. Because I really, truly believe that is essentially the entire game. Like, if we can resolve an Enchantress, then we can fight through our opponent's prison pieces. Well, whatever we play can be countered. The question is, do we want to get Blood Moon countered? Or do we try to play around it? Could play Sanctum Weaver. Yeah, I mean, I guess we can go for it. Maybe it won't get countered. That does put us to 0 white mana at the moment, which is awkward, but alright, Stomping Ground. We'll try it, we'll try it. Blood Moon. Because they exiled a card, we only have 2 in our graveyard at the moment. They can draw the Drown in the lock. But Blood Moon does cost 3, so maybe? This would at least annoy our opponent a bunch. Yeah, if we can get down Sanctum Weaver. Alright, Urza wow. It dies? Oh, it loses a counter and it dies. That's hilarious. Opponent said, it would be really unfortunate if I only had 2 basics in my deck. Yeah, I feel bad for you, opponent. Hey, what's up, Enemy Crackers? How are you? Good to see you, good to see you. I've actually never seen that before, but yeah, I mean, I guess the last lore counter is removed and the opponent just dies? Now we might be in business, though. Maybe. If we can get down this Enchantress, and then we can find white mana, or our Sanctum Weaver sticks around, opponent exiles a card. I mean, without blue mana, they can't counter our stuff. They shouldn't be able to kill our stuff. They play another Lantern. Oh my goodness. Oh, yeah, only 2 basics in my deck. Well. Play Sanctum Weaver. We need this to fix our mana. Temple Garden. Go. Alright, next turn we might be able to have a big turn. We'll see. Opponent sacks to draw a card. It's another Emery trying to find their basics. And gonna recast it. Would be nice to kill this Emery at some point. It is greatly annoying us. Still pretty awkwardly pinched on mana. The Blood Moon is definitely hurting us at the moment. Hey, what's up, Justina? How are you? Opponent. Darkslake Shores. And a wow. Okay. Alright, so opponent, 2 of 2 basics have been drawn. That's a tiny bit unfortunate. Ensnaring Bridge. Another Emery. How do they draw both of their basics? Opponent mills some cards. I wish we had white mana. Opponent's going to pass. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Enchantress's presence. Enchantress's presence. Draw a card. Opponent's going to make a shuffle. We draw Blood Moon. Well, Blood Moon, draw 2 cards. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to be able to win from here or not. I guess we'll see. Opponent untaps. We don't have a way to answer the bridge. Which means if we lose our Helix Pinnacle, unclear how we actually win this game. Well, it gives white, but then we wouldn't be able to cast our Enchantress's presences. So we can make a white, but we had multiple green things we wanted to cast that turn. Opponent gonna mill himself some more. Another Drown in the Lock on top. This turn should be pretty good. Although it still really comes down to us being able to find a way to actually win, which is not guaranteed at this point. So, Destiny Spinner, draw 2 cards. How do we beat a bridge? How do we beat a bridge? Yeah, this is the kind of new take on Lantern, driven by Urza Saga. I'll draw a couple cards. Opponent. Wait, what are they doing? Sacks Soul Guide Lantern. Draws Drown in the Lock. Casts Drown in the Lock. Okay. I'll play the land. Okay, let's think about this. 1, 2. Actually, all right, let's add white on Thin Ice. Get rid of the Emery. We might maybe be okay. Wow, this is going to be so close. So we get rid of the Emery. We draw a couple cards. We play Sterling Grove. We draw a couple cards. We sack Sterling Grove to get our Helix Pinnacle. Somewhere. Helix Pinnacle. Greater Oromancy. Draw a couple cards. Solitary Confinement. Draw a couple cards. Well, this is it. This is a game. Pass the turn. We have to not get Pithing Needled before we could Helix Pinnacle. Yeah, we have to play Solitary Confinement to stop the Pirate Spellbomb, sure. To stop the discard effect, we'll discard a land and a land. Alright. No Pithing. Come on, Helix Pinnacle. Come on, Helix Pinnacle. Oh, you can do it. You can do it. We gotta not get it countered, which we can do a Destiny Spinner. We gotta not get it Pithing Needled. Pyrite Spellbomb, sure. Inquisition on top doesn't do anything. I mean, that is the whole game. Can we pull it off? Opponent passes. We will discard a Enchantress's Presence. We don't need another one. Well, we will play Destiny Spinner. Draw a couple cards. If you're going to drown in the luck, it better be that, or else we get to resolve our Helix Pinnacle. Sacks it to draw a card. Gosh darn it. That's Pithing Needle. Oh, alright. Well, that does it. Whoa! Alright, if we lose this game, we're just gonna drop and try to build a good version of Enchantress. Which I think would be interesting. But I think that's what we're gonna do. So we'll finish. If we lose this match, then we'll build our own version, which I think might be better. Solitary Confinement doesn't really do anything here. When you go down the Abundant Growth, on Thin Ice, we probably don't really need. Go up Ley Lines. Go up Rest in Peace. And that might be it. All right, here we go. Glittering Wish is modern legal. Well, I mean, so the idea is we have Destiny Spinner, which wins against most decks, and then we have Helix Pinnacle that wins against the decks where Destiny Spinner doesn't win. I will say, I feel like, so there's two things I think. One is, I feel like we've just gotten some really tough matchups. I think we've got some really tough matchups for Enchantress with Lantern Control, which happens to answer all of our win conditions, and Tron, which is the one deck that has like all the main deck hate. So that is number one. Number two is I feel like the deck could embrace the ability to tutor and draw a lot of cards more. Like, I feel like this would be a good deck to play a bunch of one-ofs. And one of the things that is kind of weird about this build is it's very, very 4 of focus. So I wonder if a build that takes advantage of the tutor aspect more to play a bunch of one-ofs could be more powerful. How do we lose? We lost by not having the ability to win, basically. Ensnaring Bridge makes it so we can't win with attacking, and then Pithing Needle makes it so we can't win with Helix Pinnacle, so eventually we would end up being milled out. Yeah, it is definitely an interesting build. I mean, someone had success with it, because they went 5-0 with it, but definitely strange to me to not have any removal, really, even though enchantments are pretty good at killing things, but we just don't happen to be playing it. Well, all right, we got Enchantress's Presence. Hey, thank you, Health MTG. I appreciate the kind words. Well, tap and go. Please no Thoughtseize. Yeah, that's what this deck doesn't do. It doesn't really have utility enchantments in the main deck or the sideboard, which is very awkward. Well, here's the Thoughtseize. I assume they take our Enchantress's Presence. Let me see, 19K. Yeah, I mean, maybe we'll try this build. This build also strikes me as weird because I feel like Noble Hierarch is wrong. I feel like it's just straight up wrong when you're playing Utopia Sprawl over Arbor Elf. And also Cetacean Champion, I do like that it has a million different Enchantresses. Like that is a sweet aspect of this deck. So I do like that aspect. But there's a couple of things that struck me as weird with that build too. Well, Sterling Grove, go. But maybe we'll try some version of that. I think the build that we will build will be more like that. There's both Freezing Fists. Why not both? How many Planeswalkers are played in Modern nowadays? I assume generally 2-3 mana ones with Teferi 4 are the ones considered playable. So Modern playable Planeswalkers, I would say... Modern playable Planeswalkers would be... Number 1, 3-mana Planeswalkers, Narset, Teferi, Liliana. Then 4-mana Planeswalkers, also 2-mana Planeswalker, Ren and 6, that's a good one. 4-mana, you got Karn the Great Creator, you got Jace the Mind Sculptor, you have Nahiri, which is somewhat playable. Sorin, if you want to really go deep and argue that, like, White Black Tokens is a deck or whatever. And then Karn in Ugin. So there might be about 10-ish, I would say. Well, let me see the Enduring Idealist. How has the Emrakul been? Opponent is going to Ghost Quarter us. Well, we do have plenty of basics. I guess they just wanted us to shuffle into another Destiny Spinner. Well, we have Destiny Spinners 4 days. Destiny Spinner. Opponents. Counters. Well, Destiny Spinner. We're gonna resolve one of these days, opponent. Go. Alright. So, counters offline. We kind of got a threat-ish. No Enchantress, though. That looks pretty sweet, Idealist. Opponent Thought Seizes. Takes a Destiny Spinner. And... well, maybe we just get here with Destiny Spinner. Untap land. Emery. Uh-oh. That is some value. Oh my god, they're playing Tezzerats. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Kodak Shredder incoming. Alright. Opponent's passing. Let's sack Sterling Grove. Actually, can we win by attacking? Maybe we try to win by attacking for now. Play a land. Turn on Horizon Canopy. Hit ya for 5. Eh? Beatdowns? The beatdown is on? Opponent takes it down to 9. Yes, I mean, there's ways... oh no, explosives on top. There's ways kind of around... oh, explosives on 2. Oh dear. Oh, this has been brutality after brutality. Wow. Oh, and a bridge too. Yeah, we don't have an answer for this. Okay. So this is going to wrath literally our entire board. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Well, I guess we got to try to get Stony Silence. That's our one sort of chance. So we untap, upkeep, sack Sterling Grove. to get Stony Silence. Opponents. Gonna try to mill it. We're gonna try to sack. Then they can crack their Lantern. And then we still lose? Yeah, well, shuffle us back into the one Stony Silence. Come on deck. Sterling Grove. Stony Silence. Blood Moon. Alright. Well, let's try to build a version of this deck that is more fun and less god-awful. I will say I don't think those matchups were ideal, but wow, did that not feel... That did not feel very good. I kind of just feel like maybe this deck is really misbuilt. Enduring Ideals, sweet. Oh, tutoring for Stony Silence again is too late. Yeah, there's... Wow. Okay, so what do we learn about this build of the deck? I don't think I really liked it, honestly. I think it felt pretty... It didn't feel very fun. I'm going to say I think that was my biggest problem with the deck. It just didn't feel especially fun. So I think that we're going to try to go another style. We're going to stick with Enchantress, of course. But I think we're going to try to build a different style. We might try to build one that's more... So this is what I am kind of envisioning, is more of a... Unfortunately, it doesn't have Blood Moon, but more of like a build that plays more Enchantresses. I don't know the best direction to go. Everyone apparently has very different ideas about Enchantress. So this was the build that we played before, which is kind of prison-y Enchantress, I guess, that's very all in on a couple of plans. This build has a lot of different cards, which I think is interesting. Emrakul, I don't know what the odds actually getting to it are, but it would be sweet. But it also has just a lot of random 3-ofs, which is awkward, but it does have more tutor targets. And then this build, I don't even know what's going on with this build. This build, it does have 12 Enchantresses that I like. It has Phyrexian on Life and Solemnity, which I like. Suppression Field is good, but it seems like it's all in on Sigil of the Empty Throne to win the game, which is a little bit awkward. I'm actually not sure what direction to go. Emrakul's to keep you from milling out. Yeah, I guess that is an upside. Yeah, so, alright, let's pretend like this build does not exist. We can cross that one off our list. I think as a starting point, let's start with this build, and we'll do some updating to our tastes. Alright. So let's start here. And what do you think, chat? What do we want to add to this? A quick reminder that our sponsor today is Card Kingdom. If you need some magic cards, you get them over at cardkingdom.com. Pretty reasonable. Yeah, with Sanctum Weaver, it does seem possible to cast Emrakul. All right, so here is kind of the starting point. Number one, absolutely no way that Noble Hierarch is better than Arbor Elf. Not even a little chance. I don't even know if it's worth playing either of them, honestly. I kind of think that it isn't, and that you want to be all enchantments. But if we're playing a Manador against Arbor Elf, 100 million %. Deez, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you. Cut Hierarch for either Ignoble or Blood Moon or Arbor Elf. Yeah, I mean, if we're playing one, it's going to be Arbor Elf. There's no way you can play Utopia Sprawl and Noble Hierarch. That is crazy to me. I'm also not a big fan of Cetessan Champion. It's not an enchantment. It doesn't get protected by... Yes, this deck is a little weird too. So I think you definitely want 4 Sterling Groves. That's for sure. I like Eidolon of Blossoms, I think, a lot more than I like Cetessan Champion. 1 Yavimaya to untap Nykthos. Yeah, that is a sweet synergy if we play Nykthos. So what enchantments do we want in this deck? Updated Naya version I like better. Yeah, that's pretty similar to what we played before. I think having the Banishing Light's definitely nice. Enchanted Evening. What would Enchanted Evening do in our deck, though? Huh. Yarion Eidolon? Yeah, that would draw a lot of cards. I kind of feel like you want 4 Sanctum Weavers. I don't know why we're playing so many 3-ofs of good cards. I feel like 4 Sanctum Weavers makes a lot of sense in this deck. Utopia Sprawl. I still kind of like Helix Pinnacle. I'm also interested in Solemnity. What are we gonna do against the Tron deck? Like, what is our plan for that if we're not playing Blood Moon? That's the downside of not having Blood Moon. Is how do we possibly beat Tron? Is it even possible that we can beat Tron without having some sort of Blood Moon? Yeah, that is true. Maybe we gotta put it in the sideboard. Solemnity in the sideboard? Time Out. What does Time Out do? Oh, that's the phase out Wrath thing. Does that actually work? Beating your upkeep, remove a time counter from it. When the last one is removed, sacrifice it. Yeah, that would just be a hard Wrath, wouldn't it? Yeah, maybe Helix Pinnacle is just not worth it in a less prison-y build, a more normal build. Yeah, we got a Void Mirror on the sideboard. Oratog and Rancor. Oh, that would be spicy. Huh. Do we want a Blood Moon? Or are we just going to not Blood Moon? I feel like we want more Enchantresses. That's something I felt strongly with the last one, is more Enchantresses would be good. So we have removal. I don't know if we need Seal of Primordium in the main deck. Ley Lines, Stony Silences, Journey to Nowhere. We probably don't need Path. This might be reasonable-ish. Yeah, I wonder if we need the 9 lives lock when we have Solitary Confinement. And also Unlife Solemnity if we do play it. I don't really want to place a test in Champion. I don't want to Blossoms. Okay, are we... Oh, what's the one that punishes fetch lands? Oh, yeah, maybe we need one just to blow up Bridge. I guess that's kind of true. Maybe we just play one Destiny Spinner and leave the Seal of Primordium. Yeah, maybe Stony Silence is enough of a way to beat Tron. Yeah, 3's probably good, especially since we can tutor it. But maybe we go 3. What are we playing Void Mirror for? Do we lose to the Cascade deck? The other thing that this doesn't have, which I think is interesting, is it doesn't have any creature hate. Which I kind of think I want. Like, Sphere of Safety can just beat creature decks by itself. Sphere of Safety, even Ghostly Prison. But maybe, I don't know, maybe that's not necessary anymore. Yeah, I don't know. I guess the idea is to be fast, but I think that Rest in Peace is probably Probably good enough as graveyard hate. Huh. How about this? How does this look? How do creatures beat solitary? I mean, I guess they really. Maybe we don't need that because. Maybe we don't need Sphere because of solitary. Maybe we just go with that. Maybe that's good enough. Do we want a fourth solitary? Force of Vigor is not difficult to cast in this deck. It's true. But do we? What would Force of Vigor do? What's the? All right, let's just look at the. What are the biggest enchantments? All right, give me your last ideas, and then we're gonna give this a try in a minute. I guess we got to get a couple more cards. All right. What are just the biggest enchantments in Modern? Nick's Bloom. That would help us cast our Emrakul. Oh, we're not in Modern, are we? Nick's Bloom would be funny. Dovescape, Form of Dragon can be a finisher. Dovescape counters all our stuff too, though, which is awkward. Overwhelming Splendor is pretty. Touch of the Eternal. Beginning your upkeep, count the number of permanents you control. Your life total becomes that number. How would Burn ever beat this? How would Burn ever beat it? How would they ever beat it? Mind's Annihilation would be funny. I mean, I don't think it'd actually be like super competitive, but it would be funny. Overwhelming Splendor. Where is Overwhelming Splendor? Creatures become a 1/1. I wish it didn't accept Planeswalkers. If it stopped Planeswalkers, I'd be down. Are we worried about all of our enchantments getting blown up? I guess that's the other question. Like, is that an actual risk? Is that something we need to plan for? Fall of the Thran could be funny in the sideboard with Rest in Peace. Probably not great. How do we beat Tron? Tron is what I'm most afraid of. I feel like we have tools to fight the other stuff, but I feel like we do not have the ability to beat Tron at the moment. Voidmere doesn't really do it, unfortunately. Because they can just use their Forest. It's good, very, very good against... It's very, very good against Eldrazi Tron, but it's not very good against traditional Tron. We might just cut the Void Mirrors. Suppression Field. Damping Sphere. Yeah, I do like Suppression Field. Punishing Fetch Lands. Alright, let's... Wait, we only have one card? I mean, I guess this deck has Hall of Heliod's Generosity. So maybe we don't even need Open the Vaults because we can just rebuild with Hall if we need to. That is kind of nice. All right, let's add our Forest. All right, last. Ooh, Nevermore sounds good. Maybe we just end up taking the L if we run to Tron, or like the likely L. Wow, why is this playing a mixture of snow-covered? This mana base is wild. Is that really the mana base? That's so many basics. That can't be right. There's no way. We're not even playing Blood Moon. It's just playing all the basics. Maybe we just play the Blood Moons in the sideboard. How about that? How about if we have Blood Moons in the sideboard for Tron? That seems like a reasonable idea. Can we make room for the Blood Moons? 1, 2, 3 Blood Moons in the sideboard. We'll go down. That means we can't really do the Open the Vaults, but hopefully that's okay. We can't do the Open the Vaults. We can't do a Nyx Fleece Ram, and we go down Oh, I don't want to lose to control. Maybe we just beat control. Do we beat control? Go down a Seal of Primordium. How about that? How about Blood Moons in the sideboard? And then we can play fetch lands, Windswept Heath, get rid of the new border ones. All right, I think this plan works. So let's get these lands out of here. Redo the mana base, and then I promise we're gonna play more Magic. So Windswept Heath in, Wooded Foothills in. We play one Stomping Ground. We play two Temple Gardens. We probably do not actually play Nykthos. We play Snow-Covered Forest. We play Snow-Covered Plains. And then we... yeah, a 61 card special. Actually, maybe we should play a split on the fetch lands. So 4 Windswept Heath, 2 white, 2 red. And then we need to get... Are there any lands that do anything with enchantments? Not really. Alright, and now we need Hall of Heliod's Generosity. Alright, I think this might be an improvement. Maybe. Yeah, we gotta play Snowlands. We don't really have a choice. A Yarion version? Our Yarion version could be interesting. There probably are more than enough good enchantments to actually make it work, I think. Alright, Hall of Heliod's Generosity. Oh wait, how much is the old border? Is it ridiculous? 98. Well, it's actually cheaper? Okay. Well, let's take the old border one. So Hall of Heliod's Generosity. And maybe a Yavimaya? Oh, we already got one. Alright. Alright, let's do it. So here's the issue with Starfield. Starfield's a really cool card, but turning all your stuff into creatures is sometimes a drawback. Because it allows your opponent to... It allows your opponent to kill your enchantments with their creature removal sometimes. So there's risk, I would say. I don't know. That's been my experience. If I was going to play it, I would probably play it in the sideboard and try to bring it in matchups where it's good. Ooh, Horizon Canopy could be good. Yeah, all right. Maybe a Horizon Canopy. Arid Mesa over Flooded Strand. I guess, do I have Arid Mesas? I guess I do. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess that is... I guess that is technically better. But they got the new border. I don't know if it's worth it. It might be worth it to be slightly... to be slightly less optimal to be able to play all old borders. Or maybe we just don't. Maybe we just play Horizon Canopies and not play any of them. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Here we go. Time to Enchantress. It can't go any worse than that first build. Although, in defense of that first build, I do think we hit matchups that are not super duper good for it. The original build was 61 cards too. Do you think that a Jeskai deck built around General Ferris Rockerick could work? I've built a budget deck around him. I know the mana base is a mess. Would love to hear your opinion. Ooh, let me take a look. I've seen a bunch of Rock Rig decks. I haven't seen Jeskai. Oh, that's kind of sweet. Kind of like a Jeskai control tempo Rock Rig. Yeah, I mean, seems pretty reasonable. You get a lot of good spells in Jeskai, that's for sure. I think, yeah, I mean, I think that could work. Have we considered Flame Blitz, one mana enchantment that heals planeswalkers yet? Not really, just because I don't think there's enough planeswalkers to try to kill right now. The main planeswalkers you'd run into would be Tron planeswalkers, which I don't think it actually kills because they have such high loyalty, or doesn't kill immediately. Yeah, I mean, I think that's a playable card, but it's a card that is only as good as the amount of planeswalkers that you're fighting against. So if there was a lot of planeswalker decks, I would probably play that as a hate card, or I'd at the very least consider it. How about a Roiling Vortex as a win card? Load up on cards like Delay and Spellqueller. Oh, that'd be spicy. With Helix Pinnacle, can't we use Mirari's Wake and Unbound Flourishing to enable? Ooh, so Mirari's Wake does add more mana, which would speed up the process. Unbound Flourishing. Whenever you cast a permanent, wait, does Unbound Flourishing do anything with Helix Pinnacle? Whenever you cast insert sorcery. Yeah, I don't think Unbound Flourishing does anything, unless I'm misreading it. Because we're not casting the Helix Pinnacle, we're just adding the counters. The other thing is, I think the idea... No Enchantress, but we have some good Enchantments. We're on the draw. I mean, I guess we can tutor one up. All right, we'll keep it. We'll keep it, see what our opponent's doing. Kevo, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you. All right, let me read Unbound Flourishing one more time. Whenever you cast a permanent spell with mana value that contains X, double it. So it doesn't do anything. Whenever you cast an insert sorcery spell, or activate an ability, if the spell's mana ability is activated, contains an X, copy the spell or ability. You may choose new targets for it. So would that put twice as many counters? So it's copying the number of counters you put on there? If the mana so if the activated ability's activation cost contains X, copy the spell or ability. Oh, maybe it just doubles it. Lantern again, eh? Well, I feel like we're hopefully better suited for Lantern than last time. We will see. Well, we will play a snow-covered forest. Go. Please don't hit us with discard. The other thing is, like, with Helix Pinnacle, I don't know if the speed is the problem most of the time. Like, I think most of the time, Helix Pinnacle's like, after the game is essentially locked up, it's just what happens to finish the game. So, I don't know if focusing too many cards on speeding it up is actually very important to what this deck's trying to do. Just because the idea is mostly like, by the time you're going on that plan, you just kind of have already more or less locked up the game. Huh. Alright. Well, now what are we going to play? So opponent's trying to land. They milled the Drown in the lock. Now, snow-covered plains. This doesn't do anything. Well, let's Sterling Grove. Get the protection set up. Pass the turn. Yeah, Lantern has made a return thanks to Urza's Saga. Urza Saga is pretty much the reason that that it is back-ish. All right, there's a Pithing Needle. I feel like this build is much better set up to interact with what our opponent's doing. At least in theory, we'll see. Opponent cracks the lantern, recasts the lantern. Sure. Passes. Land. And Enchantress's presence. Yo. We have this locked up in every way except stopping lantern. Oh. Yeah, I don't know how we got this on life again. There's the bridge. But we do have answers this time. The most important card to find might be our Hall of Heliod's Generosity. That might actually be the single most important card. Well, we will play Destiny Spinner. Draw a card. We will play a land. We will play Sanctum Weaver. We will draw a card. Horizon Canopy is not bad either. That also allows us to draw in response to shuffles. All right. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're going to have to find a way to get rid of the bridge. That's our next step. Yeah, the Enchantresses are really nice. That helps us fight through our opponent's disruption as well. 2 Enchantresses is a lot of card draw. Opponent getting back a Spell Bomb. But we have Shroud, so it doesn't actually do much. Sure. What do you got, opponent? What do you got? I'm glad we have the main deck. The main... Oh, that's a way our opponent can get us, is Crucible lock us. That is awkward. All right, we need a big turn. This is our chance for a big turn. This is what we've been trying to do with Enchantress. I think we might finally be having a big turn. Opponent passes. Emrakul. How are you going to beat that, buddy? We will play Syphis. Draw in Emrakul. We will play 5 mana. Yeah, tap this for white. Play Solitary Confinement. We might just be hardcasting Emrakul next turn. Draw 2. This shuts down discard. Play Solemnity. Please let us draw that. Come on. No shuffles? No shuffles? Oh, okay, opponent. Ghost quarters us. No? You know what? Yes, we'll get a land. Get a land. Draw a card. Draw a card. Solemnity. Play the land. Sanctum Weaver. Actually, do we even want to play Emrakul? I don't even know if we want to play Emrakul. Maybe we shouldn't. Pass the turn. Yeah, I guess we gotta not play it to keep shuffling stuff in. Discard a Sterling Grove. Alright. Well, I mean, discarding Emrakul's big. Well, we can't attack with it because of this bridge. If we find a way to attack with it, then we'll definitely cast it. But since we can't attack with it, it doesn't do much. So we might be better off just discarding it to keep churning through our deck and making it so our opponent can't easily mill us out. Oh my god. Engineered explosives. There's a crucible. Wow, this game is going to get wild. This game's going to take forever. Opponent, Urza Saga. No counters, thanks to Solemnity. Got him. Oh, that's right. Solemnity is such a big deal. It's such a big deal. It shuts down Urza Saga and it shuts down Engineered Explosives. Oh, that's what the last build was missing. We needed that. We needed that. About it. Passing. Well, we will discard a Enchantresses. Actually, we'll just discard the forest. Discard a forest. We will play Enchantress's Presence. Draw some cards. We will tap this for white. Actually, tap it for green. Tap this for green. Play Phyrexian Unlife. Draw some cards. Are we going to mill out? Is that how this goes? Draw a card. Draw a card. Draw Halahila's Generosity. Yes. Alright. That's good. That's good. We will... 34 cards in our deck. Eidolon of Blossoms. Oh, we're going to mill ourselves. I think we're going to mill ourselves. Draw a card. Draw a card. Draw a card. Eidolon. Draw a card. Sanctum Weaver. Draw a million cards. Oh, this is so sweet, but I don't think we are winning here. Yeah. Draw a bunch of cards. We have so much mana. We have so many enchantments. But how do we win? We need our enchantment destruction. That's what we're missing. We will play... land untapped. Utopia Sprawl. Draw a handful of cards. We can't attack because of an ensnaring bridge, so we gotta find a way to win. We gotta find a way to win that's not attacking, which makes things a little bit more challenging. And then play this. Draw a few million cards. Get rid of the Emery, which is kind of an annoyance. Ooh, Banishing Light. Yes. There we go. And we drew it. That is good. Now I like where we're at. Get rid of the Emery. Exile it. Whoo, what a turn. What a turn. And I think we just pass. Opponent has Engineered Explosives on top. You know what? Let's cast one more. One more Sanctum Weaver. One more. Just one more. That's all. Just one. Just one. No big deal. Just one. Draw, draw, draw. The board is huge. The mana is huge. We tap for 15. Emrakul. I mean, I think this works, right? We cast Emrakul. We untap, we enter the bridge, and then we just annihilate him. I think that works. Emrakul, extra turn. Whoo! That was so impressive. That was so good. That was so good. Well, we will pass the turn. discard a few cards. I guess we can hit him for 1. Oh, boy. That feels like Enchantress. That feels like Enchantress compared to whatever we were doing with the first deck. We go to our extra turn. We will discard many lands and Enchantresses that are probably going to kill us if we cast them. You. Alright. Untap. We will discard a card for solitary confinement. It'll be Anthonice. We will cast Banishing Light. Actually, let's just tap this. Banishing Light. Draw some cards. Oh! That was absurd. And we would have dealt so much damage. We could have turned on every single one of our lands as 16 power trample threats. We would have dealt like hundreds of damage and annihilated our opponent's board. Whew. That felt like the Enchantress I was expecting. That is what I was envisioning. Oh, that was good. Hey, what's up, young Frugal? Good to see ya. And now, Stony Silence in. Leyline of Sanctity in. Rest in Peace in. All of which seem very good against our opponent's deck. Solemnity can stay. Unlife goes. Unlife out. Destiny Spinner probably out. Well, it's only a one of. Go down a couple Anthonices. Go down a couple Abundant Growths. Go down maybe an Eidolon. Go down... Banishing Light's good. Actually, Solitary Confinement we can probably trim. Trim Solitary Confinement and... alright, 2 Eidolons. Run it like that. Do we need Sigil? I don't know. Might be able to cut it. Emrakul is actually kind of a legacy Enchantress trick. You want to cut the Sigil? Yeah, let's see how it goes. We'll decide before next game. Emrakul in hand, but multiple Enchantresses. All right, sure. I mean, if we can resolve our stuff, I guess Rest in Peace is a little awkward with Emrakul, but it is good against our opponent's deck. That's Oratog would have actually been good in that scenario. The problem with Oratog is it's not protected like our other stuff. I really value playing as many enchantments as possible to protect them with. Yeah, we'll keep this. Kind of on the mulligan because of Emrakul, but that's fine. We have enough Enchantresses. Opponent. Mishra's Bauble doing their thing. And, yeah, if Oratog was an enchantment creature, it'd be really sweet in this deck. Wow, runs out. Okay, they just want their Emery down. They mill a Spell Skies. Opponents manage to empty their hand pretty quickly. Oh, the turn 1 Leyline. That is the worst. Leyline off the top turn 1. Seeing how much this deck is getting played, I could see Patrician Scorn in the future. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely hate cards if Enchantress becomes real. There are plenty of cards that hate on it. Opponent, Welding Jar. And Inquisition. 2 cards in hand. What do you take? Having 2 Enchantresses is huge. Why is Emrakul in the deck? Well, we can just cast it for one thing, but also it is pretty good against mill style decks. And mill is relatively popular at the moment. About it. Gonna replay the Bauble. I mean, I guess this is kind of annoying. Opponent is drawing an extra card each turn, which is obnoxious. Tap land. Alright, bobble away, opponent. Bobble away. Yeah, Syphus is like the perfect leader for a enchantment commander deck. Opponent draws an extra card. Well, what if foils crack it? Get a Temple Garden untapped. Syphus, go. Oh, all right. We need to draw into some lands. That would be good. What do you think of a Sphinx's Revelation in this deck? I think we draw so many cards that I'm not. I don't know if we. I think we just deck ourselves if we play Sphinx's Revelation. So I don't think we actually need Sphinx's Revelation itself, but the deck could play a big X-Spell. We saw Hardcast Emrakul. We had like 50 mana that last game. So once it gets going, it does make a lot of mana. Hey, what's up, Relentless Beard? How are you? Oh, they're actually Urza Sagaing this time. Yup. No Solemnity to stop it. Opponent. Oh my god, Thoughtseize. Oh, this drawing 2 cards a turn is not good with this Emery. Why didn't we sprawl there? I felt like triggering Sithis with it was probably better. We don't have many cheap artifacts that we can cast at the moment. Yeah, a huge Tournament of Hailfire would be funny. Can this deck play Wilderness Wreck? It could, but I don't know what it would do with the mana instant speed. Yeah, something like Banefire could finish the game. Well, come on, lands, please. Opponent takes Leyline, passes, draws another card. Well, that is a land. So Windswept Teeth, Crag Windswept Teeth. Get a Snow-Covered Forest. Utopia Sprawl. Trigger, draw a card. On white. Well, I guess that's just it. Go to combat, hit ya. I don't know if we dare play Solitary Confinement yet. Maybe we can. We do have an Enchantress and 2 more in hand. It would be risky. Oh, it'd be so risky. Hey, thank you for the cheer. Hey, Seth, last week you asked for some rap recommendations. You have very similar taste in music. You and I have very similar taste in music, so I put together a great hip-hop playlist with artists who have huge vocabularies and conscientious lyrics. Ooh, thank you, Time for Potatoes. I'm sure I will enjoy it. I will pull it up and check it out after the stream. Thank you. Yeah, I guess that's true. Alright, Solitary Confinement, draw a card. Shutting down discard for a turn. Oh, okay. That makes me feel better about it. Stony Silence is real big if we can get it down. And this means we're not going to get Thought Seized. Stony Silence really, really, really hates on our opponent's deck. Opponent, pump fakes. And it was a real playlist. Opponent passes. Would this build be worth building in paper for fun, but with extra approach of the sun alternative win cons? Yeah, I mean, if you like the play style, I think I enjoy playing Enchantress. You draw a ton of cards. You get to play a lot of tutor targets. You can play random big finishers that you like approach. So I think it's a really fun play style. So yeah, I think it'd be a good for fun option to build. So what everyone do this weekend? Anyone do anything sweet? What about the Gitrog monster and that Dredgeland combo in Modern? Has it been done? It has been done, but I don't think we've done it recently. It is a really sweet combo. That would be a fun one to revisit sometime. Oh, Grandma's Funeral. That doesn't sound as fun. Well, I'm sorry for your loss. Top aided. Oh yeah, it was pre-release. How many of you actually got to go to pre-release? And most importantly, did you peel anything good at your pre-release? Opponent passing. Drawing a card. We will discard an Emrakul. Shuffles in. Well, 1, 2, 3. Eidolon of Blossoms. Trigger. Draw 2. Windswept Teeth. All right, next turn. Next turn's the turn where we're going to try to lock them out. We'll see. Opponent can make it or is a Saga token. Ooh, foil Borderless Grift. Did anyone get old border cards? Like, do the old border fetch lands show up in normal packs? It's so hard to keep track of these days. HS Maskman, welcome to the Fishbowl for the 3rd month. Thank you for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Opponent, a big construct. I assume they make another one. Another big construct. Yeah, EE is on 0 right now. Ooh, so you can... Oh, man. I cannot wait to crack some packs from the set. I really want the old border fetch lands. The set has so much value. Opponent, what are you tutoring up? A lantern. Okay. Well, all we got to do is resolve the cards in our hand, and we should be in excellent shape. Opponent gets a bobble. I mean, I guess our opponent does have 2 6/6s. Which is perhaps a bit of a concern. 8/8s, I mean. Wow, Urza Saga is a messed up Magic card. It's just messed up. Straight up messed up. Maybe we're not winning. Maybe we're just... Wow, they didn't attack, thankfully. Alright, well... We will untap. We will discard Syphis. We will play a Rest in Peace. Rest in peace. Stop these shenanigans. It might be too late. Yeah, I guess that's true. Maybe that's enough. Maybe solitary. Yeah, I guess solitary confinement is good defense here. Draw a card. Draw a card. Wouldn't mind hitting a land. Sanctum Weaver. Sanctum Weaver. Well. Stony Silence. Draw a card and a card. Shut down these shenanigans, hopefully. Alright. Well, draw some Enchantresses. Opponent cracks, takes a peek. Do we have this locked up now? How does our opponent get out of this? Engineered explosives off the top, I guess? Alright, we draw some cards. We pass the turn. They can't activate explosives, though. They need, like, an answer into an answer. We might just have this. I mean, we could mill ourselves out. That is a real thing. Opponent draws a couple of cards that don't do anything. I mean, they're trying to lock us, and I think we're locking them. How did you enjoy the format in Limited? Like, how was MH2 sealed? Opponent. Brutality. I mean, I guess if they can kill our stuff, that does give them hope. Glimmer Void. And passes. We will discard Sanctum Weaver. Yeah, Lantern is back thanks to Modern Horizons 2, Enchantress's presence. Draw a card. Crack an opponent scoops it up. Oh, there we go. There we go. This deck felt a lot better. The last build we played against Lantern, we got crushed, and it felt like we didn't have a chance. This build, we kind of did the crushing, and we got a new donation from Mr. Shiny Object, $3 donation. Hey Seth, I figured out with all the grief and Burning Inquiry decks, might finally be time to bust out this deck. Ooh, let me see. Thank you for the donation. Thoughtseize Proof. So, I mean, the good matchup should be really good. Your opponent casts a Burning Inquiry. Like, how do you lose? I guess if you discard lands, it's bad. But, I mean, you have so many things that get put into play for free, which is kind of hilarious. Oh. Yeah, I wonder if the meta is enough in that direction that it could actually work. Ooh, I think we keep this. We need a green source, but we have everything we want. We can answer creatures. I mean, we could also mulligan. Let's mulligan. All right, no Enchantress, but we have ways to find them. We will put a Wooded Foothills to the bottom. And all right, here we go. Can we keep Enchantressing? I have fond memories of discarding No Light Ferox to Disinformation Campaign. It does feel so awesome to get people with that. It is hilarious when you actually get people with that ability. And there are a lot of people playing Burning Inquiries. Burning Inquiry can lead to the best stream. Just like turn one, put three busted things into play. Ugh. An Amulet Titan deck, I assume. Well, opponent's passing. Crack this. Temple Garden tapped. Untap. Well, that is Enchantress's presence. Play as Sterling Grove. Go. Well, we found our Enchantress. Enchantress won. Opponent. Oh, Blue Tron maybe? Oh no. Okay, Amulet. Opponent picks up the land. Passes. Well, Horizon Canopy. Enchantress's presence. Go. Well, we'll see. We got a shot. What do you think Enchantress has good matchups for, and what the metagame is looking to be? So Enchantress, I think, is at its best against random creature decks. We are 1-0. We played a different build to start, and it was not very good. We went 0-3, and then we decided to rebuild, and so far it's been better. Utopia Sprawl. Draw a card. On green. Sterling Grove. Draw a card. Play the land past the turn. The question is, do we sack a Sterling Grove? We can probably afford to sack one. Let's see what our opponent does. Opponent. Ooh, Azusa. No Amulet yet, though. Land. Picks it up, puts him down. 1, 2. Oh, I really want another Enchantress. Yeah. Sterling Grove. Get a Scythus. Untap. Play it. Draw a card. Or draw a card. Solitary Confinement. Draw 2 cards. Pass the turn. All right. I like where we're at. I'm not sure how our opponent's going to kill us here. It seems like it should be hard for them to kill us at the moment. With our stuff shrouded and the solitary confinement. And then next turn we can keep going off. And then eventually we're going to get the mana. I mean, I assume our opponent just tries to win through the solitary confinement by getting a, like, Reclamation Sage or something to blow it up. But I'm not sure, or, like, Blast Zone off of Primeval Titan. But maybe our Shroud can keep us safe. We might have enough pieces to, like, keep that from happening. They probably have a Blast Zone, but we have an answer to a Blast Zone. I just want Seth to acknowledge Dovescape could be really good in the deck. An opponent, maybe they can't beat it. Scoops it up. I mean, I like Dovescape. I think Dovescape is cool. I've definitely played a lot of Dovescapes in Enduring Ideal builds of Enchantress, or I guess that's kind of its own deck. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's something I'd want to play in this deck or not. Maybe it'd be fine as a finisher. I mean, it is a sweet card. Countering all non-creature spells is sweet. I just wonder if we would. My worry would be, could we win the race? Like, if we play Dovescape, we have quite a few non-creature spells, but most of them are pretty cheap, and we don't have, like, a ridiculous amount. Like, if you look at our deck. So my worry would be that we play Dovescape, and then we're casting, like, a couple of 1-mana things, and maybe milling ourselves out with Enchantresses, while our opponent casts, like, a Karn or something, and just makes so many Doves that they are able to play defense forever, and we can't kill them. But, I mean, it is a sweet card. Solitary Confinement is pretty insane. All right, well, this is a matchup for Blood Moon. Blood Moon in. And that might be it. So Blood Moon in will go down. Seal of Primor. Well, maybe one seal's okay. Kringler Miser, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. What are we cutting? We can go down an Abundant Growth. We can probably go down Destiny Spinner. We can go down Banishing Light. Well, maybe we just go down Seal. We have a Banishing Light. And then, do we even need Unlife Solemnity? Do we care about that? Yeah, maybe we go down one on Thin Ice. Oh, we got 61, that's right. 61 card special. We don't gotta cut anything. Yeah, Destiny Spinner is good counter hate, and it can be a decent finisher. I don't know how many counters we really have to worry about in this matchup, though. I don't think our opponent's deck is especially counterspell heavy. Huh. Yeah, Sterling Grove to the bottom. Yeah, that sounds fine. Not bad. Opponent, tap land, and pass it. All right, give us a fetch land. Give us a fetch land. Let us blow our opponent out. Opponent, Sakura Tribe Scout. Bounce land. And passes Solemnity. Maybe we just gotta kill this. Oh. Yeah, let's kill it. Let's get rid of the Sakura Tribe Scout. Yeah, I think we have to. We don't really want to. We'd rather be playing Scythus, but I think we gotta get rid of it. I mean, all we gotta do is stall out till we draw a fetch land, and then Blood Moon is so good. Assuming we can resolve it. Well, that's not a fetch land, but it is a land. Well, in that case, we will Scythe this. Horizon Canopy, go. Opponent. Sunhome. Oh, primetime could be coming soon. Oh my god, Force of... Yeah, that card is a big blowout. Oh no! Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh boy. Well, this could be Primeval Titan in Death. About it. Amulet. Wow, Amulet and Primeval Titan in Death? That makes it even worse. Untaps. Yeah. Okay. Apparently our opponent's prepared for enchantments. Fetch land, please. Alright, let's fetch land. Will we ever cast another spell? Probably not. Wow. Oh no. 1, 2, 3. Oh. I don't even know if we win if we Blood Moon here, do we? Do we have to wait and cast an Eidolon first? Well, opponent not casting spells, though, don't we lose to the board since we can't really cast anything? But I mean, we also can't cast anything, and our opponent has creatures, and we don't. The problem is if they can play Primeval Titan, we do just pretty much die. How many forests do we? We have 3 forests that we could draw. It's not a lot. Yeah, I think... yeah, I'm not happy about this, but I'm not convinced we win if we Blood Moon. So I think we gotta Eidolon first. See if we can draw another fetch land. Well, Sanctum Weaver is actually... That's big. If we don't die here. Come on. Oh, they got it. Well, we'll see. Maybe they're greedy. They do have to pay for the pact. Opponent. Primeval Titan. Ugh. Yeah, they must have top decked it. Alright, here comes Hasty Titan. Picks up a land. I mean, the question's going to be, do they get 2 basic forests to play around Blood Moon? Or do they have an answer to the Blood Moon? Because we could get them by not making it so they can't pay this pact. Okay. Opponent's doing all kinds of things. Oh, we're just literally dead, aren't we? Yeah. 8-16, block. Yeah, alright. We're dead either way. Well, there's no next turn when you're dead, unfortunately. Yeah, I still don't know if we should have just played the Blood Moon, honestly. Maybe? Like... Well, okay. Opponent has a ridiculous number of answers to what we're doing. Like, a pretty over-the-top amount of answers. But if we Blood Moon, I don't think we win if we Blood Moon. That's the problem. That is the issue. Well, crag this, get a plains. I don't know. I'm really on the fence there. Blood Wound would have prevented that big Primeval Titan turn from happening, which would have been nice. So if we play this, we'll have... We can play... Alright, let's just play Scythus. Go. It would have prevented the big Primeval Titan turn, but I'm not sure it would have actually led to us being able to win. Opponent. Secure Tribe Scout passes. Well, yeah, untap land. Enchantress is present. Draw a card, gain a life. Pass the turn. Opponent gets to get an amulet. Go attacking. Scythus aggro. Hey, thank you, Still Rockin'. I'm glad you enjoyed the videos. I appreciate the kind words. Yeah, I would sell Urza Saga. I would sell it as quick as possible because I think that it is at risk of getting banned. So that would be my advice. It's worth a lot now, and people have already been talking about the possibility of it getting banned. So I would lean towards just getting rid of it as quickly as possible. Opponent. Are we blowing up enchantments? Explosives on 2. And puts a land into play. Another Urza Saga. Kills our Scythus. Well, this time we are definitely playing it. Blood Moon, draw a card. This doesn't mean we win, because we already saw our opponent has free answers. But that is good. Another amulet. Gotta untap those mountains. Opponent passes. Okay. Well, step 1. Sanctum Weaver. Draw a card. Land. Banishing Light. Draw a card. Get rid of a amulet. Pass the turn. Oh, I like where we're at the moment. Opponent. Blood Moon's pretty good against Urza Saga. Only one deck ran Urza Saga in the top 8 of the Modern Challenge yesterday. Oh, that's a good sign. We'll see. I guess we'll see how it ends up shaking out. Another plains. Well, add green. Enchantress's presence. Draw a card. Sterling Grove. Draw a couple of cards. Land. Utopia Sprawl. Draw a couple of cards. Put it on green. Blood Moon. Draw a couple of cards. The deck feels so good when it goes off. Sanctum Weaver. Draw a couple of cards. That's an Emrakul. That's coming for you next turn, opponent, and we will pass the turn. Discard an Eidolon. Discard an Eidolon. All right, opponent, you need something, because Big Papa Emrakul's coming. Oh, opponent passes, and I think most likely dies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, play Sigil. Draw a couple cards. big, big mama indeed. An opponent scoops it up, and this deck's working. Our rebuild work, chat. You get credit for that. Our combined powers of rebuilding the deck has greatly improved the archetype. I don't know, I feel the best thing I did with this deck was turn 2 Blood Moon, which wasn't great because why just not play Gruul mid-range? I mean, I feel like, I don't know if that's true. Turn 2 Blood Moon is pretty important in some matchups. Like this matchup, if you're playing against Amulet Titan, you kind of just got to do what you got to do. But in a lot of other matchups, we don't even have Blood Moon in our main deck. So, what was the issue with the deck before it was remade? I don't know if I would say it was the issue with it. We just did not have any luck with it. I think it was partly the matchups, but the original build that we played was a lot less tutory and had a lot fewer options. Yeah, we'll keep this. It was very narrowly focused on... Oh, interesting. It was very narrowly focused on being like a prison deck, and it might have been just the matchups we played, but we went 0-3 with it and didn't really do anything cool. So we rebuilt it, and the rebuilt version it's been a lot more fun at least, and we've been winning more. Hanger back, sure. Stony Silence is probably going to be good in this matchup. I'll play the land, play a Sanctum Weaver. Get the manas going. Go. Stony Silence seems good. Rest in Peace is also good. I guess we kind of have a lot of hate for our opponent's deck. We would like the Sanctum Weaver to live. Arcbound Ravager. Opponent combat hits us. Sure. We untap. I'll play Scythus. Play a land. Oh, we're not going to die this turn, right? Alright, Enchantress' Presence. I don't think we're going to die this turn. Pass the turn. Okay. There's no Ink Moth. We should be okay. Opponent. I mean, I like Dubscape. I think Dubscape is sweet. But I don't know how good it would be in this list. I'm still on the fence about that. There's the Ink Moth. Well, we're going to have to play around that. Opponent. Passing. So we're going to need a mana left over. So play Sterling Grove. Draw a couple cards. Ooh, Anthonice is decent. Add green. Destiny Spinner. Draw a couple cards. Land would be good to be able to cast this on Thin Ice. With Strike at Rich, do you think there's a chance that Free Win Red could get a turn 2 Blood Moon more often? Oh, I should have said white land. Okay, that works. So Destiny Spinner down. Wooded Foothills. Crack Wooded Foothills. Get a Temple Garden. Yeah, I think that could be helpful in Free Win Red. Temple Garden untapped. On Thin Ice. Draw a couple cards. Try to get rid of the Ravager. About it. what you gonna do? I mean, we just need to find a way to lock out damage, and we should be good. Really? You think we take the Zabaz? Interesting. Opponent. Sax Ravager. Counter on the Ink Moth. Proliferates. Well, seal the Primordium. Draw a couple of cards. There's Solitary Confinement. Kill Ink Moth? Yeah, let's kill it. Kill the Ink Moth. Pass the turn. Hit you past the turn. And then I think that Solitary Confinement just locks it, and we should be good. Or we could play an Emrakul. Also a possibility. Discard, discard. This deck's been good. It's been really good. Opponent. Alright, kill us if you can. 2 lands, 2 creatures. Can you make us die? Another Ink Moth? Sure. But we have Solitary Confinement. And possibly Emrakul. Opponent. What do you got? What do you got? Oh yeah, I forgot to update it. We are 2-0. We might be able to feed the kids. We've actually overall had a pretty good run of Modern since Modern Horizons has come out. Modern Horizons 2, opponent goes to combat. Hits us. Sure, we will take it. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So no Emrakul yet. But we do get to play Solitary Confinement, which should be good enough. Power Conduit. Sure. Opponent passes. We're just going to try to lock damage out of the game. Yeah, we do predictions sometimes. Infect is still damage, so we still should be fine. Oh, yeah, I guess we'll have to export the deck list. That's a good call. It is currently the old one, isn't it? Well, Sterling Grove. Sterling Grove. Draw a couple cards. Oh, another Amphenite, too. I'll add white. Phyrexian on life. Draw a couple cards. The deck is so busted. This is turn 5, and look at what we're doing. Like, look. Oh my god, that's Solemnity, too. Alright, let's just rub it all the way in. Solemnity. How do you like that +1/+1 counter deck? Oh, it's so good. It's so good. It's so good. Oh, all right. And now guess what? To add to our opponent's misery, Stony Silence in. You know what else is good against Modular? Rest in Peace in. And yeah, I mean, I think our plan is mostly just to try to cast a thing that our opponent can't beat and trust that that's going to win us the game. I don't even think we need Sigil here. Well, actually, we might need a finisher other than Emrakul. Yeah, alright, we'll keep the Sigil. We're going to 1 Eidolon, go down 1... Banishing Light? 1 more Eidolon. Alright, with this, I mean, we just got all the lock pieces. Why are we running 61 cards? Better question, why aren't we running 61 cards? Or why would we not? Oh, that's turn 2 Solemnity. And the rest... Alright, this is the kind of hand that we would like against this deck. Opponent. Power Depot. Sure. Well, we will play a Wooded Foothills. We will crack a Wooded Foothills. This hand is probably going to win the game on turn 2-ish. Utopia's Brawl on white. What does Rest in Peace do? That is a good question. Modular triggers when the creature leaves the battlefield. And this is a replacement effect, so the creature doesn't die. Ravager. Do we run it out, or they don't have colored mana at the moment? The question is, do we run it out now, or do we try to protect it? We only have one Solemnity. Alright, Horizon Canopy. Solemnity. Maybe our opponent will just scoop. I guess this also shuts down Urza's Saga from going off. Opponent, Ink Moth. Power Conduit. Not going to do a whole lot. Opponent hits us. Windswept Heath. Oh, wow. Crack it. Snow-covered plains. Scythus. Sterling Grove. Okay. Kills the Scythus. But this does mean it should be hard for our opponent to kill the Solemnity. Opponent untaps. Yeah, Hall is just a one of. Another Ink Moth. I mean, I guess if we don't draw anything, they could get there naturally eventually. Well, Enchantress's presence. Go. I mean, we should be okay. We should. Oh yeah, we can't get poison counters anyway. And that's 3-0, and that's the kids eating, and that was the biggest. I don't know. Has there ever been a stream that we've had where we started with a version of the deck that did so poorly, and then switched to a version that did so well? Like we went from not being able to win and not really doing anything cool to kind of just crushing people. 3-0, the kids are eating. I will update the list, and wow, let's keep it going. I gotta upload the podcast, but we're not gonna stop while we're undefeated. I think if we lose, well, I don't know, we'll figure it out. But this deck's been crushing people, absolutely crushing people. And it's been doing it in a pretty, like, hilariously, the first build, Enchantress 2.0. The first build was supposed to be the prison build, but I feel like our updated build has not only, like, drawn more cards and done more fun stuff, but I feel like it's also done a better job of prisoning people and locking them out of the game. Deck list should be updated. Finally doing the rank best of 3 historic grind. Only a play at 3, but with this deck, it's been smooth sailing thus far, even if I can probably use some more refinement. Ooh, historic death and taxes? That's sweet. All right. Come on, hardened scales again. Well, we got Enchantresses, so we'll keep it. I think the biggest change from the decks... Hey, what's up, Jar Jar? Good to see you. I think the biggest change from the decks was that we have more Enchantresses. I think that's a really big deal, too. Just going up from 8 Enchantresses to 12 Enchantresses feels like just that has also made the deck a lot more consistent. Windswept Heath, go. I don't know how we've been running so hot since Modern Horizons 2 came out. We've been getting... Oh, wow, maybe it is. I don't know how we've managed to run so hot, honestly, but I will take it. We've got a lot of 5-0s in the last, by our standards at least, in the last week. Ooh, Plains, okay. Well, Scythus. Come on, show us that hardened scales. Show us the hardened scales. And we will show, yeah, okay. I think it is. Yes. And our opponent Scoops it up. So good. So good. No one expects it. No one expects it. And that looks like game to me. Oh, Solemnity is. Solemnity is quite the magic card. Okay, and now we get to bring in our real hate cards. Those are just our random main deck blowouts. Now we get to bring in Stony Silences and Rest in Pieces, which are guaranteed to make our opponent super happy. Hey, yeah, let me see Clever Side. Oh, Historic Death and Taxes seems like a fun idea. Got some good grindy value. I like it. That looks sweet. Jeskai Curiosity. Ooh, Curiosity combo. Yeah, Curiosity Horn Buccaneer is pretty spicy. That looks super fun too. How is Historic been since the bannings? I haven't really played much Historic because I've been so focused on Modern. But how has the format felt since the most recent round of bannings? I guess I haven't played any, come to think of it. What else did we cut last time? Banishing Light? Probably Banishing Light. All right, let's prison him out. Been enjoying it still. Will Braids fit in Smallpox? Ooh. Well, this isn't an auto win, but it seems fine. Scythus, Rest in Peace. Another Enchantress. Hall, which isn't going to do much. Opponent's going to 5. Tap land. Add. Passes. Windswept Heath. Crack. Windswept Heath. Snow-covered forest. And Utopia Sprawl on white. Go. Yeah, we're playing the 61 card special. Opponent. Tap land. Passes. Well, Hall of Heliod's Generosity. Enchantress's Presence. Go. Opponent. Hardened Scales. Okay. Blink Moth. Ballista can actually get pretty big. Well, that is a real threat. That is a real threat. Well, play Scythus. Draw a card. Play the land. Rest in Peace. Draw 2 cards. Gain a life. Alright, gonna kill Scythus 1. That's fine. That's fine. We only got 1 Solemnity. We gotta find... Ooh, Sterling Grove isn't bad. Now pass the turn. We need... Solitary Confinement would also be spectacular. Opponent kills our Enchantress's Presence. We haven't found Stony Side. Oh, Ravager 2. Ugh. Okay. Come on, deck. Come on, deck. Give us some love. Another land. Are we dead this turn? We shouldn't be. Wooded Foothills. Crack it. Snow-covered forest. Enchantress's Presence. Sanctum Weaver. Draw a card. Ooh, Emrakul, that's a ways away. Oh no. Oh no. Opponent. Oh yeah, I guess we shouldn't be literally dead because of Rip, you're right. They can't just use that to put all the count. Ooh, that actually helps them a bit. Ozolith. And let's see if they kill the Sanctum Weaver. If we get to untap with that, that'll feel pretty good. Opponent combat hits us. Sure, we'll take it. No blocks. Down to 13. Plays Hangerback. Are you killing Sanctum Weaver? Or are you giving us all the mana? Okay, opponent's passing. Giving us all the mana. Well, in that case, Windswept Heath. Crack it. Down to 12. We should be okay now. Snow-covered plains. All right, we got to think this through. Scythus. Draw a card. Ooh, Seal of Primordium's good. Scythus, draw a card. Sterling Grove. Draw 2 cards. This is your chance if you're going to do something, opponent. All right, they let it go. Add green. Do we even need to... No cards in hand. We should just be fine. Utopia Sprawl. Draw a card. I don't think we need to tutor. I think we can just cast our stuff. Ooh, Anthem Ice helps too. On white. Seal of Primordium. Draw a couple cards. Gain some life. Oh! Okay, another Sanctum Weaver. That's fine. Sanctum Weaver. Might as well. Draw a couple cards. Get that mana going. Big Mama Emrakul coming. And then... On Thin Ice. Draw a couple cards. Gain a couple life. Get rid of Walking Ballista. Opponent sacks it. Gets a couple counters. Sanctum Weaver. Draw some cards and get some life. And, yeah. Pass the turn. Pass the turn. That's it. That's it. That's it. Ooh. I don't think we're going to need to reshuffle. I think this game we are probably just going to cast the Emrakul, and it should be good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Discard the lands. All right, opponent. This is your chance. Give us your best shot with that one card in hand. Yeah, I mean, we can tutor with Sterling Grove. And we have Seal of Primordium. So I don't know how they do anything here, honestly. And now we just hardcast Emrakul and annihilate him. Is Emrakul really for the reshuffle mainly? It's both. And that's 4-0. Wow. All right, one more to go. One more to go. Wouldn't it be crazy if we got another 5-0? Do we just like 5-0 every stream? Modern Horizons has been good to us, chat. Ever since Modern Horizons came out, we've opened many treasure chests somehow. The kids are eating again. Come on, one more. Well, not Tron. Please not Tron. There's no way we're beating Tron. We do win with Emrakul sometimes. Yeah, so Emrakul's in the deck partly because we can make a ridiculous amount of mana with Sanctum Weaver. And partly because it is good at shuffling our stuff back in certain matchups. And helping make sure we don't deck ourselves Lurasay. All right, well, here we go. This hand's not great, but we'll see. Need some Enchantresses. Opponent. Ooh, Scalding Tarn cracks it. Mountain. Swift Spear. Oh, it's Burn? I feel like Burn should be a pretty good matchup. I don't know if it's good against this hand, and it's Magic. Anyone can beat anyone, but I do feel like in general Burn should be good. What were our first matchups? Oh, chat, do you remember all of our matchups from this league? Opponent hits us and also hits us. Well, snow-covered forest. Sanctum Weaver. Pass the turn. Sunbaked Canyon. Lava spikes us. Oh, we need an Enchantress. Enchantress? Come on, deck. Enchantress. Land. Ooh. Well, Sanctum Weaver. Hall of Heliod's Generosity, go. Can't solitary confinement yet. Pass the turn. Vote it. Voros Tarbs us? Oh, God. Oh, God. Come on, Enchantress. And not too bold. All right. Enchantress, Enchantress, Enchantress. That's what we need. Scythus would be so good. Oh. All right. Hope they don't draw it. Oh. Yeah, solitary confinement just doesn't do anything unless we have an Enchantress going. If we draw an Enchantress, we just lock up this game and probably instantly win. Oh, this should be such a good matchup. If we lose our 5-0 to what is probably our best matchup, I'm going to be so sad about it. Arid Mesa cracks it. Sacred Foundry untapped. Sunbaked Canyon cracked. Has a skull crack. And nothing? Alright. Yeah. Why no Yumori Companion? Yumori is just not very good, basically. Like, it doesn't do anything in our deck. I can't imagine ever. I mean, ever is probably too strong of a word, but I think it is very unlikely that in this deck in specific, I would rather have Yumori than another sideboard slot. I think that's generally a silly argument. However, in this deck, because it cares so much about enchantments in specific, I actually think that in this deck in specific, the sideboard slot is more valuable. Yeah, and Yumori's not, like, one of the more powerful companions anyway. Alright, come on, deck. Leyline's great. I feel like this should be a walk in the park if we have a decent hand. Love the budget Modern deck today. Do you think it's better than the Scissors style deck in Modern? So actually, before I decided to play Affinity, I was messing around trying to make a Scissors style deck for budget Magic, and I have not figured, well, all right, this is good enough. I have not figured it out yet. Nyx Fleece into Presence into Solitary Confinement could work. Temple Garden tapped. Well, this gives us hope. This hand seems fine. Ram is one of our big sideboard cards. About it. What do you got? Arid Mesa cracks it. And suspends a Rift Bolt. More lands. Well, Wooded Foothills. Crack it. Snow-covered forest. Nyx Fleece Ram. Go. Not more lands. Not more lands. That's one thing we don't want, but it hits us. More Enchantresses we would want. Yeah, so the Scissor deck is still on the to-do list. I haven't figured it out yet, but I'm hopeful that it'll happen. Ooh. The question is, do we cast Enchantress's Presence here? Wait, what do we pay 1 life for? I'm so confused. I feel like they're leaving up interaction. The question is, do we cast it this turn? Or do we try to wait and next turn we can Presence plus Utopia Sprawl? Yeah, alright. Well, I mean, I guess if they're spending their wear tear on Enchantress's presence, that means Nyx Fleece is probably living. We have flooded out a smidge. Opponent Boros charms us to 13. We will pass the turn. Scalding Tarn and passing. We go back up to 14. No, we don't. We get skull cracked. Well, solitary confinement. Draw a card. Opponent bolts us down to 7. We will play the snow-covered plains. Pass the turn. Opponent needs sideboard cards. We're so close. Opponent. I want to save Utopia Sprawl for next turn after we play the other presence. Crack Sunbait Canyon. Goblin Guide, sure. I mean, all we want is a way to protect our enchantments. That's the last piece of the puzzle. Opponent. Okay, solitary confinement. We will discard the land. We go up to 8. We play Enchantress's presence. Draw a card. Utopia Sprawl. Draw 2 cards. Put it on white. And are we playing Windswept Heath? One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, let's not. We'll just pass. All right. Last piece of the puzzle is enchantment protection in Sterling Grove, and then we should have it hard locked. Opponent cracks, digging. I mean, this is more how and opponent scoops it up. All right, this is it. This is for the 5-0. This is for the 5-0. Oh no. Oh, it's so opponent's on the play. Oh, come on, deck. Come on, deck. Come on, deck. Let's do it. Let's get the 5-0. We're so close. Opponent's on the play. Come on. Come on, Enchantress. Give us that good hand. I would love to start with a ley line. Starting with a ley line would be pretty wonderful. Oh, can we do it? Yeah, I mean, if any of the mods want to put on a prediction, that would be awesome. Might have to. I'm probably gonna have to just get some more mods so we can do more predictions. I don't know if we keep this. On the draw, I feel like it's going to be too slow. This hand is great in a lot of matchups, but against burn on the draw. Huh. This might be worth keeping. Yeah, we'll keep it. I think we just got to put a Sterling Grove to the bottom. Yeah, all right. Well, let's see. Let's see how fast of a start it is. Burn can be pretty fast. Oh, the ley lines are in there. We just couldn't find them. Oh. So we can turn 1 Utopia's Sprawl. Opponent. Goblin Guide. Top card. Oh! Oh! The Rabbids from the Magic Gods. Oh! The worst feeling. Oh, it's always so brutal. The turn 1 Leyline. Tree for all. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Opponent. Eidolon. Also pretty good. Top card is a Eidolon of Blossoms. Oh, I think we're going to die. Oh, we're getting... Yeah? What do we do? I don't know what we do now. Like, we need to have Sterling Grove to protect our stuff, but... Well, Stomping Ground's tapped. If we play Sterling Grove, we go to 13, we go to 9, and we could just be dead. I mean, I think we're just dead no matter what, or likely dead no matter what we do. Alright, let's assume our opponent's hand is all lands. Is there anything... What would we do if our opponent's hand was all lands? Because our opponent's going to need to have a hand that is basically all lands for us to have a shot. If our opponent's hand is all lands, I think I would play Sanctum Weaver. Yeah, Sanctum Weaver down to 13. Sunbay Canyon. And then this gives us... Ah, boys, Eidolon's a beating. Yeah, we needed the Leyline to be 1 card higher in our deck. Opponent. Thinking. Yeah, I mean, next turn could be sweet. Although this Eidolon still just makes it hard to do much. Without the Eidolon, this turn would be sweet. I feel like our opponent's counting up if we're dead. Hey, Benny, how are you? Hey, thanks for sending in those decks. They look sweet. The Kefnet control deck looked fun. Eidolon of Blossoms can block stuff. That's true. And it doesn't trigger Eidolon of the Great Revels, which is good. Yeah, Phyrexian Unlife would be good. We're not really set up for... Alright, more... Wow. Oh my god. Well, I guess Leyline doesn't do much. Opponent. Top card is Sigil of the Empty Throne. Literally the last thing we wanted to see. Down to 6. Rift Bolt. Yeah, we're super duper duper dead. Well, let's go out on our own terms. Cyphus down to 4. Sterling Grove down to 2. And dead. Oh, so close to another 5-0. We were so close. Well, there is a constellation prize of 5 treasure chests. And the only thing that makes me sad is I think that Burn should be like a ridiculously good matchup for us. So a little disappointing that we lost to what is probably our like absolute best matchup, but we got 5 treasure chests to open. Chest number 1, Elusive Tormentor. Never really did anything. I'm curious to see what our return to Innistrad is. I mean, we're not that far from return to Innistrad. We have spoilers for Forgotten Realms in like 2 weeks. And then as far as I know, the next, Shivan Dragon. Shivan Dragon's sweet. It's just not worth anything anymore. And then the next set, I believe, is Innistrad, unless there's a surprise this summer. Oh, Fierce Guardianship. That's gotta be worth something. It's gotta be. It's gotta be. Well, six ticks. Not as expensive as in paper, but 6 ticks. We will take it. Yeah, as soon as we wrap up the stream, the podcast upload is my next thing. Primordial Hydra, Dreadshade. All right, sweet old border card. Come on, treasure chest. Jester's Scepter. When it enters the battlefield, exile top 5 cards of target player's library face down. You may look at those cards for as long as they remain exiled. Put a card exiled with Jester's Scepter into its owner's graveyard. Counter target spell that has the same name as that card. Yeah, alright. Well, not great chess. Although, I will say, yeah, Dreadshade being good would be sweet. I will say, we definitely improved the Enchantress deck. We started with this very prison-y deck, and I'm not saying it's bad, but we didn't have any success with it. And it wasn't particularly explosive or fun. So we rebuilt into I guess I would say, what I would consider to be a more traditional Enchantress deck, which, for some reason, oh, there we go, white green. So we rebuilt into what I would consider a more traditional deck, where we have a bunch of tutor targets. We got Emrakul to finish out the game, kind of a legacy-style Enchantress deck, and we had a ton more fun, and we won a lot more. Ended up going 4-1, just barely missing the 5-0 in the last matchup to Bird. So, on that note, everyone, I think that brings us to the end of our stream for today. There's good news, though. Next stream, 21-ish hours from now, same time as today, tomorrow afternoon, probably playing some more Modern, having some more fun, because Modern is awesome right now, and y'all are awesome right now, too. So, quick reminders, Replay YouTube, that's where you'd find the old streams, normal YouTube, Sweet Budget Magic, podcast going up soon, and one more reminder that our sponsor tonight is Card Kingdom. And I don't know, maybe you need some magical cards. You know where you can get them? You can get them over at cardkingdom.com. Even get a free MTG Goldfish sticker. Just let them know you want one. They'll hook you up. They're super cool like that. And on that note, everyone, I believe that brings us to the end for today. So we'll be back tomorrow in 21 hours for some more fun. So until then, everyone, have an amazing night. Have a great evening. And yeah, listen to the podcast. Check out the Budget Magic on the site. It is pretty spectacular. So have a great night, everyone. I love y'all. And I will talk to you all tomorrow when we do it all again. So until then, have a great night. And I will talk to you soon.